been back, but for my YouTube family, man, we just not getting back. So we got a lot of stuff to cover, dog. We got a lot of stuff to cover, man. Wish you great health, peace, and wealth and prosperity, man. I appreciate it. What's good, King? We got a lot of stuff that we wasn't able to talk to because, like I said, a lot of stuff happened around New Year, and we was on vacation, you know, for Christmas and New Year. So we was in Miami, so we missed out on a lot of information, man. A lot of information went down, bro. I wanted to be home so bad to talk about some of this stuff, dog. Facts, man. We're gonna get into the bill stuff later this week. Like I said, bro, I got so much that we gotta talk about that. Man, we're gonna talk about the bill stuff probably tonight. The young man that you know, had the situation in the football game where his heart stopped beating. The Skip Bayless. We're gonna get into all that, man. We're gonna get into the conspiracy behind it. We're gonna get into the what I call just hood knowledge. You feel me? Hamlin, yes. So we're gonna get into all that, man. We're gonna do that tonight. So like I said, we got two court cases, trial, motion, whatever it was. We got two of those to get to. And then we're gonna do one right now. This is day 6. We didn't get to see day 6. And we got day 7. And then after we get past that, we got the Javonte Davis situation. We got the NFL situation. We got the Skip Bayless. We got Dana White. Man, bro, we got a lot. We got the Andrew Tate. Man, dog, so much happened while I was gone. Like I said, for New Year, we was in Miami. Man, we went and seen Marlon Wayne. Had an amazing time. Marlon Wayne is crazy, dog. Dude is crazy for real, though. Me and my lady, you know what I'm saying? So, and y'all know, man, my little one is home. You feel me? So it's a lot that we've been missing out on, bro. It's a lot, dog. But we're going to get into this Young Thug stuff. We got 2 Young Thug trials that we got to cover. Day 6 and day 7. And then tonight we're going to cover the bills. Andrew, I got to talk about Andrew Tate. I made a video on Andrew Tate, but I'm still going to talk about him as well, though, because, man, bruh, like, y'all better pay attention. Let me say this first off before we even get started. You got to understand, man, they are putting people out here to give you some glimpse of truth, to keep you chasing this material world. We're going to talk about this Andrew Tate stuff later, but I just want y'all to understand, man, these people are put here and put in the position that they put in to keep you chasing a material world, dog. Chasing this material world is what's going to have a lot of us in bad conditions, man. I got to talk about the Jaguar player that also passed away. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about the NFL player from the Bills, Hamlin. But see, y'all got to understand, bro, the vaccination shit is not a joke. And you seen a lot of people pass away. But we're going to talk about that later, though. We're going to talk about that later, man. Let's get into this Young Thug trial. Now, to start this Young Thug trial off, we're going to go to one of the videos that I want y'all to check out. Because I've been telling y'all, and my whole purpose for doing this Young Thug trial is for one reason and one reason only, educational. So you can understand that this is what you face with if you continue down the road that you're down. And this is what makes it so hard. I know, y'all, listen, I know it's complicated when you hear people out here telling you a lot of truth, but their truth is filled and surrounded by lies and a material lifestyle and a female lifestyle and doing this and doing that. I understand it can be hard to like separate yourself away from these type of characters. It can be hard to separate yourself from the Young Thugs, the Andrew Tates, the Meek Mills, the 50 Cents, the Jay-Z's, the Tupacs, the Biggie. I know it can be hard, man, because you like the Dr. Martin Luther King. It can be hard to separate yourself from what you know, because you can look and say, man, this dude is speaking a lot of truth. And then, but you don't know all the shit that they're doing in front of your face to make you chase something else, even though they speaking truth. Speaking is one thing, but then if I show you my visuals, so if I say I'm a good guy, and I say I'm for the people, but my action shows you something else, then does that say anything? And I think a lot of us, even when it comes, that's why I be saying for the Charleston Whites, the Hassan Campbells, these guys got amazing messages. But when we look at their actions, we be like, bruh, what's up? That's what I want y'all to understand. So, once again, the reason we cover these Young Thug trials, man, because I want you to see this is what you face with, bro. I want you to separate yourself from these characters, these celebrities, and look at what you're faced with in real life, because Young Thugs and these people, bro, are you seeing how many chances they getting? Are y'all seeing what's going on? Are you seeing some people some people are out here that actually committed murders and attempted murders, getting time served and getting put on probation? That's not going to happen for you. That's what I really want you to understand. What's going on in this trial would not happen for you, regular person. You regular civilian, you regular young lady, you regular boy. That's not going to happen for you. So that's what I really want y'all to take from these trials, man. What we're witness with the Young Thug case and everybody that's surrounding him, we'll witness miracles. I really want you to hear what I just said. This is a miracle we're watching. We're seeing people that are doing some crazy stuff getting put on 12 years probation, 15 years probation. Why would they put you on a 15, 12-year, 8-year probation? Because they banking on you fucking up. They don't care about letting you go for right now. Bro, 12, 15, 20 years probation? Oh my goodness, dog. That is not something. Bro, do you know half of the people that go into the halfway house? Halfway house is something when you're on your transition out of prison. So let's say you finish your prison stuff up. Now you're going into the transition, what they might call something like a halfway house, aka probation, stuff like that. So you're going to this halfway house for like maybe 6 months, 3 months, a year. Bro, probation in a halfway house, trying to abide by those rules, having 1 foot out, 1 foot in. You feel me? Like, come on, boy. You better ask some of these people that been in the halfway house. A lot of people in the halfway house, they can be in there for a month, 2 months, 3 months, then guess what? Boom, go right back to prison. Bro, them halfway houses, them good, hey, he'll be back. Them halfway houses are not something that's so light. So, when I'm saying this, a lot of people go back to jail in a halfway house, period. Then, let's say, okay, you got out the halfway house. Now you got the ankle monitor to where you on probation at home. Bro, 12 years, 15 years. Come on, dog. You better go look at some of these interviews. You go to talk to some of your family members that did this thing called probation. Probation is not an easy thing. I was on probation. I was on probation for, I got a DUI one time. I was on probation, bro, for 6 months. Dog. This is a DUI probation. This is not a probation on with the ankle monitor, but this is just me driving my vehicle. Bruh, do you know how hard that was? This is not even the same thing. He said, I was on probation, bro, and you're right. That shit is a trap. Thank you. You feel me? See, I'm telling you, that let y'all know, I'm not just up here. When I come and speak on this Young Thug case, I give information that I have been through, and I got family members right beside me. I got homeboys right beside me that tell me they shit. I'm looking at it. Yeah, nigga, I got to go home, man. I can't go. Man, quit bullshit. Man, come on, go with us. Man, go on, take me home, quit playing. I got homeboys I'm talking about. I ain't just saying that because I want to sound good. I'm talking about my niggas. We fucking them with them like, nigga, we ain't finna make you late. Man, y'all better quit playing, man. Come on, take me home. My homies. And like I said, I was on probation, but I was on a different type of probation. And that shit was tough, man. That shit was, you have to be perfect. How hard is it? You know how hard it is to be perfect for 15 years? My boy said I did 53 years felony probation. Man, y'all, come on, man. And I got people in here that know, that see what I'm talking. This is why I tell y'all, man. They letting these guys out because y'all got to understand there is a technology out here. There's science out here to say that they can calculate you messing up again. This is real. Y'all can go look it up. They have a new technology out here that the court system, the FBI's, he said 3 years. Okay, not 53. You was on 3 years probation. Okay. The court system, the FBI, the CIA, the police, some of the local police, not all, you know, some of the police ain't got that shit. But some of these people have technology that they calculate and they do studies on us. All of us. Now, when I say us, I'm not talking to just black people. Us as humans, they study us. And they have calculations to determine if you will commit another crime. And they use these things in the court system. So what is it to do my calculation on this nigga right here and give him 15 years probation? He'll be back. The calculation, they've been doing it for so long, y'all. Believe it or not, they intentionally let some of y'all go because it's more money. It's more money to let you go and lock you back up because we know you. Like, you're going to try to fight the system. You're going to, bro, it's all this shit is a money game. Everybody get paid. Everybody going to make some money off of you trying to appeal something. You trying to fight for another probation period. You already know struck out 3 or 4 times. I got family members been in jail so many times. But we've been talking long enough, man. We've been talking long enough. Let's go ahead and get started with the trial. Now, before we get started with this Day 6 of Jeffery Williams, I want y'all to look at this. I want y'all to look at it. Check this out, please. Look at this right here. YSL gang member will testify against Young Thug, Young Thug and others, they didn't put the N on it, and others about murders and shooting. Once again, I do this for educational purpose. Young Thug, not Young Thug, but a YSL gang member will testify against Young Thug and others about murderers and shootings. Do y'all understand? This is what I'm trying to paint. Look at him. He in there with his head down. I'm trying to paint this picture to you as clear as I can. You're never safe. Let me say this, y'all. Y'all might think I'm wrong. In some cases, it's good not to be in a group. Well, some of y'all agree with me. If you're not working towards building something in this system that we live in, that you and I live in, if you're not working to build something in this system that you and I live in legally, it's best to not be caught in a gang. It's best not to be caught in a group. It's best because somebody in that group, somebody in that gang, at some point will hit you with one of these. Like, come on, y'all. It's 2023. And I know I'm going to say that a lot. I'm going to say it a lot because it's a new year. This is the first of the 2023. We 4 days in of what they call first of the year, January. Are you finna go all the way into a new year? We done made it into a new year. And you finna continue to ride this train called The Gang Is Solid? How many people? Man, let me go to my bookmarks. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, dog. Don't let me down. Now you've been marking this shit. You've been marking this shit. Come on. There you go. Boy, I've been doing good marking this shit for y'all. I've been marking this shit for y'all. I seen somebody said, man, it broke my heart to know Brody got paperwork on him. I can't find, I didn't bookmark that one, but I bookmarked this. So many people fascinated by the fact that these guys are really about their raps. They really live their rap. But when they find out that these guys have paperwork that they're cooperating with the police, these people be all over the place. They emotionally. How are you telling me you affected? How are you so caught up that you're affected by the fact that another man got paperwork on him for snitching or cooperating with the informants or police? It's 2023 and we still clueless to this rap game? It's 2023. We still thinking that these rappers are really who they say they are. In 2023, I gotta say it like that. It's a new year, I gotta say it like that. In 2023, we still feeling some type of way to find out that so many people was in love with this guy for being, I guess, a street nigga. They was in love. Man, that nigga Boston Rich. I've been hearing his name a lot. You feel me? Man, that nigga the truth right there. That nigga really stand on that shit. That nigga get there, nigga, you know. But then it come out that he got paperwork. And you know what he did? He posted a picture and said he getting that money. And look what they say. The whole rap game, the whole rap industry done either ratted or gave a statement to the police and still got a good career. Bro gonna be all right. Once again, I'm showing you how they get a pass for snitching. So we out here choosing to not snitch to help our community. We choosing to not snitch when we see people violating the community, not actually being a part of the community, trying to help build the community. We'll hide the criminals, but they won't hide nothing. But they get a pass and we don't. Look at how, that's what I mean by we give these celebrities power that we can't even have. How do they get to have power that we can't have? And just like when I say, when celebrities try to stun on us and we the ones that make them rich by supporting their careers. Just think about how crazy it is. They get to snitch on each other all day, every day, and still get the bag. Let one of us snitch on each other. Shit. We gotta goddamn move out of town. We gotta, especially if you see, like I said, if you're not a part of the gang life, you never been in a part of the gang life, then you probably don't know what I'm saying. Because I see some people be like, bro, you can tell all the time, and ain't that gonna happen. Well, you ain't never been hold to something. Where I'm from, if you was a part of the gang and you get caught looking at the police, walking around the police, texting the police, if you dating a female cop, she better be working for the crew. I done messed with a couple female officers in my past. You feel me? If she can't help the crew out, then what you doing dating a cop? See, that's what I'm saying. So it's rules for us civilians. Why the rules don't apply to these celebrities though? This is what why do we give them power that we can't even use as well? We can't be snitches. Okay, let me read this. He said, I feel like you can look at it from two different ways. For one, if someone is involved in an illegal activity, that's their friend or whatever, he said, and you're not involved, but they choose to involve you in it and choose to snitch. That's not snitching. You see, like, we're not finna educate people on what snitching is in 2023. In 2023, we're not educating you on what snitching is. If you don't know what snitching is by now, then, you know, so I would continue to read it, but it's like, we know the difference between snitching. So I feel you. If you, snitching is snitching, giving information that you're not a part of no illegal activity, your friend just throwed you in some shit. Nah, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Nah, nigga, that's not snitching. So, I mean, but let's go ahead and get started. I want to play this for y'all right quick. I want to play this for y'all, then we're going to start the trial.
All right, we're on the record in the matter of the state of Georgia versus Antonio Sledge in 22 SC 183572. Good afternoon, Mr. Wright.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sledge.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And good afternoon, Councils Love and Hilton. Okay, Councils, I understand this is supposed to be a negotiated plea. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Mr. Sledge, can I get you to raise your right hand as best you're able?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you shall give in the matter now in hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, or so affirm?
Yes, I do.
All right, you put your hand down, sir. All right. Mr. Sledge, over the next several minutes, what's going to happen is we're going to go through such a thing called the provincy inquiry. So basically, in our system of jurisprudence, we don't force people to plead guilty. So I have to be assured you understand your constitutional rights and that you freely and voluntarily waive those rights so I can go ahead and sentence you. The second thing it does is we go through a factual basis, and I determine if there's a factual basis that the state would have been able to prove in this case beyond a reasonable doubt had they tried the case. So assuming that I find that you understand your rights, we call it the Boykin inquiry. And then the second thing is, then I find that there's a factual basis I can accept your plea. So, ladies, which one of you is going to do the plea?
I am, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Love is going to go and ask you a series of questions in just a minute. And then your attorney, Mr. Wright, will follow up with that. And then I'll ask you a couple of questions, and I should be able to sentence you in accordance with the negotiated plea, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Ms. Love, whenever you're ready, madam.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sledge, please state your true, correct, and legal name.
Antonio Sledge.
And are you the same Antonio Sledge, also known as Moontump, who is listed in indictment 22SC 183572?
Hey, you know something? Bro? I see a lot of people be speaking on this biker situation. A lot of people was talking about how those bikers that had that shootout with the police and all that stuff, how none of them talked. And I think a couple years later, they all got out of jail. So check this out, bro. It worked for some and don't work for some. Y'all, we have to start understanding the deeper psychology that comes with this stuff. See, these guys right here, those white boys, white men. They can actually obtain a life outside of the environment that they participated in. Because you got to understand, a lot of those guys wasn't just regular men and women. Some of those guys had good jobs. If you actually follow the story, some of those niggas that committed that shit down in Texas, a lot of them niggas was deep in, even though they was in a gang life. They still, some of them guys had some good fucking jobs. Yo, appreciate that help. In this situation, you asking a nigga that ain't got nothing, already on paper, already a felon, you saying she ain't gonna be different for me. And I'm using me for an example. I'm not saying I would rock out like this, because I done already been tested in this field of life. I'm poor. I don't have nothing. I already, been in jail. I already done lived this lifestyle. I don't want to go back. Everybody ain't going to keep their mouth closed in this situation. Beast, I'm saying this to you, Beast. When you got poor people, see, it's a different. Y'all got to understand why they need poor people in the world. Who would sign up to do a job that nobody want to do? A poor person? You can't get a person that has a future, has ideas to do the dirty work. Even though in some cases like that situation in Texas, a lot of those guys had good jobs. when you look at this stuff right here, bro, when you're looking at the gang from our environment, most of us most of us are felonies. Most of us don't have a job. Most of us can't get a job. Like, once again, whenever y'all talk about stuff like this with me, we speak in reality of our life. In the hood, where's the jobs? Where's the jobs in the hood? So if you don't have the jobs in the hood, and if you don't have money to move out the hood, then you stuck with your circumstances. So therefore, if I can't move out my environment, and if I can't get a good job in my environment, then what I'm going to do and what I'm going to become. This is why the government creates poor people. See, y'all think poor people poor people are created. Poor people are willing to snitch quicker than a nigga that got some family members that can put some on it. Bro, you talking about niggas ain't got nobody in their corner. Finna go to jail, nobody in their corner. They done ran away from home. They done told everybody, fuck you, I don't need y'all. And now they sitting in jail. They gotta borrow from somebody else or give some ass up to get something. It's a different lifestyle, and it's a different case when it comes to poor people. Poor people are willing to snitch no matter what. Poor people will always vote. Man, y'all finna take a strike? Man, I gotta feed my family. We live in a different mindset. Because we're not going to say, everybody, let's go on strike. And let's just feed each other with what we got and outlast this strike. But you see when no Mexican went on strike and they whole motherfucking plant shut down and they had to rehire them. See, it's a different. See, our poor mentality is different from everybody else's poor mentality. I don't know. Did I make any sense, y'all? Please tell me you understood that, Beast, because I responded to your question. And Hunter, we will do that Waka Flocka interview too. I seen that.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you at this time
Okay, my boy say he understood. Okay.
or under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or
That's
medication?
good, big dog.
No, ma'am.
Is there any medication that you normally take that you have not been given today?
No, ma'am.
How old are you and how far have you gone in school?
I'm 41, 10th grade.
41, 10th grade. Are you understanding that? 41, the farthest he went was 10th grade. And that's not dissing him, because guess what? The farthest I went was 9th grade, and I'm 30. You see what I'm saying? Poor people are created due to the environment, and the government gonna always keep it like that. That's why I get frustrated when people try to come in here and say, well, they made them choices. Is it that simple? Is it that simple to say they made them choices? They made them choices. Yeah, y'all made them choices to be drug dealers and gang bangers. And did I really make a choice, or did my environment leave me with only a few options? That's why I get mad when people come in. Man, y'all just be choosing that type of lifestyle. Shut up, bro. So y'all, like I said, for anybody that's watching the background, when you talk in my stream and we go over stuff like this, be careful how you say it, because you got to understand, I came from an environment where options were limited. And I'm not making excuses for myself or nobody else, but I'm trying to explain something to you. 41, the farthest he went was 9th grade. I'm 30, the farthest I went was 9th grade. He went 10th grade, I went 9th grade.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are charged with the following offenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act,
Okay, bet.
Yes, ma'am.
Cigar.
as well as possession of a firearm by a convicted felon,
Yes,
as
ma'am.
listed in count 30 of this indictment.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to these charges, and that if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had any?
This is, once again, for everybody that just jumping in, we finna go over the Young Thug trial from day 6. We're gonna watch the entire trial, but I wanted y'all to see this right quick before we get started. This is a member that is gonna testify against Young Thug about murderers and shooting. I want y'all to understand that. So I just want y'all to hear this before we get started. This is a guy that was a part of the gang that is about to testify against killings and shooting. And once again, we do this for educational purpose. We're not saying that and these guys are innocent or nothing like that. This is educational purpose. We trying to make a point to the young fellas out here that involve themselves with the gang.
Enough time to speak with your attorney, Mr. Derek Wright, about all of the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charges in this indictment.
Yes, ma'am.
Any potential defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need more time to discuss this case with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with your services?
Yes, ma'am.
Shit.
Do you waive a formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you waive any and all defects in the indictment, including any with respect to your name?
Yes, ma'am.
When you come with, for all my poor people, right? For all my poor people, when they ask you to read over all that shit and you just trying to get the job or you just trying to get the house, it's your first house. How many people read their contract when they got their first apartment or their first house or their first job? Did anybody read that? For my poor people. I'm not saying for you ones that already been there. For my poor people, when it's our first time, we need me to sign. See, when you got to understand, when you're talking to poor people and it's an opportunity to get out of the situation you in, man, I ain't reading shit. Y'all waive all that. Let me go. Let me go. So it's easy for a poor nigga to snitch versus a nigga that already dead. Okay, I don't know. I may be making sense. I may not be making sense.
Have you been arrested on these charges?
I ain't reading money.
Yes, ma'am.
The state is unaware of any outstanding warrants related to these charges. Do you, Mr. Wright, know of any outstanding warrants that are related to these charges?
Okay.
I do not.
Mr. Sledge, has your attorney advised you of the minimum and maximum sentence for each charge that you are pleading guilty to
Yes,
today?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the minimum sentence for conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act is 5 years and the maximum is 20 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the sentence for violation of count 30 of this indictment, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, as in OCGA 1611-133, is 15 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this is a negotiated plea of guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Which means that the state will recommend to the court the following sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
As to count 1, 15 years to serve on probation, subject to the special conditions contained in the plea agreement that I have in my hand that I will show you in just a moment. And on count 30, although you are pleading guilty, sentencing will be withheld until the completion of the initial trial of this case. After the initial trial of this case, provided defendant you have complied with the special conditions outlined in sections B, C, D.
Are y'all paying attention to that? For you niggas that still running with the game, they're gonna hold his sentences until the trial is over. So if he don't cooperate the way that they like, what that means? What that mean? What that mean? If he don't cooperate to their liking as the trial goes on, then what that mean for him? Man, y'all better pay attention.
F and I of section 3 special conditions of sentence of this plea agreement, the state agrees that the defendant shall be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree to null pros count 30. Do you understand that the court...
So that means he got to do a good job. Don't the trial start January the 9th or something like that? When does the trial actually start? I think it starts in a couple days. He got to do a good job, y'all.
Does not have to accept that recommendation, and we will read into the record the terms of the plea agreement in a moment. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the court can sentence you to the maximum on each charge and can run those sentences consecutively or one after the other if the court does not accept that negotiated plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all, boy, I tell you, shit.
Do you understand that if you are currently on probation or parole, your probation or parole may be revoked based on your entering a guilty plea today, but that the state is not recommending either?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this plea may be used to enhance sentencing on other convictions in this jurisdiction, as well as in other jurisdictions, including in the federal courts?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this is a guilty plea which is permanently recorded on your criminal history?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this plea involves your being placed on probation, and that if you are placed on probation of any kind, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any governmental unit or any special condition of probation without being subject to revocation for the balance of the sentence? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are not allowed to use or possess a firearm while on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you are not a United States citizen, a guilty plea will affect your immigration status and will result in deportation, just like a conviction at trial would, and that this is true regardless of any advice given to you by your attorney or anyone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if at any time you are sentenced to confinement based on this sentence, neither the court, your attorney, nor the district attorney's office has anything to do with parole, and that in that circumstance, the Department of Corrections or Board of Pardons and Paroles
Yes, ma'am.
are the only persons who can address parole, and that no one can guarantee parole, no matter what anyone has told you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be from a conviction following a trial? For example, your guilty plea may affect your right to vote, your right to hold public office, your right to serve on a jury, your right to obtain a passport, your right to receive, possess, or transport a firearm, and your right or ability to obtain employment. Do you understand that these rights may be affected?
Yes, ma'am.
Facts,
Do you
Diddy.
understand that by
That's
pleading
facts.
guilty to a felony?
That's what I'm saying, Diddy. That's what I mean with this favoritism we show these celebrities. We show them the favoritism that they can live outside of the world that we live out of. Like, we put them on a pedestal, we celebrate them, we praise them. But when it come down to it, they just like us. When it come to their freedom, when it come to their money, that Kanye West showed us, when it come to his kids, they can all come back down and get us now. Kanye West, now he want to help us. Even though I think Kanye West is been on the, he been doing some things for the community. But boy, let me tell you, when shit don't really, bother them, they ain't really got no say so. Kyrie Irving shut his mouth and went back to play basketball. We have to start seeing the real and stop just, you understand? Like, at some point we got to start seeing like what is real and what is fake. Who is using us, who is not? Joe Biden. Joe Biden used the black women and they still over there thinking, this nigga what? How did Joe Biden pull it off? How did Joe Biden go get a black woman that we ain't seen? After she got in there, she said she ain't even black no more. Like, when are we gonna start seeing the real versus the fake?
If you use, receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or use a firearm in a crime, you will be guilty of another felony, which may carry a sentence of 1 to 15 years in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering a plea of guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you would have the right to trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and confront witnesses called to testify against you, and the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up the following rights: the right to a trial by jury, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself, the right to confront witnesses against you, the right to the assistance of counsel hired by you or to court-appointed counsel if you cannot afford an attorney at a trial of your case, the right to the presumption of innocence, the right to testify on your own behalf and to present other evidence, the right to subpoena witnesses and compel the production of evidence, the right to have the charges against you proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and the right to appeal if convicted of these charges after a trial. Do you understand that you are giving up all of these rights?
Yes, ma'am.
But they put you in the chokehold, boy.
Marked as State's Exhibit 1AS. Do you recognize the document in State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that your signature on page 7 of 7 of State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I want to show you something else. Think about what you're seeing right now. A 41-year-old black man. Think about the world we also witness, where woman versus man right now, especially in the black community, but all over the world right now. Think about that. So now, when this man goes to put some order down in his household with the situation that we're living in, say for an example, me and my lady right now. Say me and my lady get into it. My lady can threaten me, put me in a different position of a man than I am, makes me come down off of the man role and now be the little boy role because I'm afraid that she can make a phone call and say, he hit me. Like the Javante Davis situation we're going to get on, where she lied and then came back to the social media, and where's the apology to Javante Davis that he did nothing to that woman? Where's the apology the same way? But I got to say that story because me and her going to react to that story together. My lady will be doing some reaction with me in the future. We're going to actually probably do some either tonight or tomorrow. But I want y'all to, the Javante Davis situation, what I'm saying is, look at this man right here, 41 years old. You think he's still going to be able to hold that flame in his house as the man when he get ready to try to put his foot down about some things that his foot need to be put down on? And then you got women versus man going on. So this woman see an opportunity to say, you nigga, shut the fuck up before I call the police on you and say you did something to me. What about that video we reacted to where that young lady called the police on her boyfriend because he said her ass looked gross? She called the police, got him locked up, all because he was trying to show her some love. He was like, man, that ass fat. She said, why you lying? You know it ain't like that. And he said, well, I'm just trying to, make you happy. If I had to be honest, it looked gross. She said she got in her feelings and called the police on him. Y'all go on my YouTube and check it. She called the police because she knew he had some past issues. She said, I called the police and had him jammed up because he said my ass looked gross. This is what I'm saying. You're playing with fire. When you live in a life like this, and then the world is trying to create a narrative, man versus woman, y'all better pay attention. Look at all the situation that's going on around us, y'all, where it's man versus woman. It's man versus woman. Y'all better pay attention. It's a lot of man versus woman shit going on right now. But we're gonna talk about that tonight, though. We're gonna get on that tonight. He said he better say yes, ma'am, after that. You stupid, dog.
Your Honor, at this time, actually, and Mr. Sledge, have you had an opportunity to review each and every provision within State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
As
Shit crazy,
reflected
Nick.
on State's Exhibit 1AS, the current charges that you face are count 1, conspiracy to violate.
Wow. My boy said he just went through that this morning. That show y'all, I'm telling y'all gotta see it, man. These people create, once again, y'all know all these stories are not real. When y'all see these celebrities, man versus woman, y'all do know some of these things are put together. They run these campaigns to create a narrative off to us because we follow the narratives of celebrities. This is why I keep my lady, brother, my lady can get the fuck away from me if this is where her life is. She's surrounded by these celebrities. But I done steered my lady to the where she see the real now. My lady want a family more than anything. So she understand that playing this game right here is real detrimental to the family. These narratives are being paid by people that control some other shit. Once again, go do your research. Some of the skits that be going on where y'all see, like for an example, when a dude brought the McDonald's to his baby mother and she did that. Y'all remember? She said she didn't get paid, so she exposed the skit that a company paid him to do that. Now, why would a company pay him to run this kind of skit? Come on, man. Y'all better see it, bro. They are trying to run game on us. Because something about 2023. Wow, he said he just moved out. Man, yo, shout out to Brody, man. We hope you be safe, dog. Please, man, if you're going through some stuff with your lady, walk away, bro. Walk away, dog. Walk away, dog, please. Nah, the dude got paid, but the woman wanted to get paid as well. So it was a skit, though. But a lot of people thought it was real, and a lot of people had some reactions on that. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all, dog. They running narratives on us. Let me ban this dude right quick. They running narratives on us, y'all. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to. Y'all got to pay attention. They are running narratives on us to make us fight each other. They want us in these type of situations.
Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. And count 30, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon previously convicted of a felony involving the use or possession of a firearm. OCGA 16-11-133. The negotiated sentence, as outlined in State's 1AS, is count 1, 15 years on probation.
I got another story for y'all. Let me show y'all how real it is. Hey, and anybody in here that is feel some type of way about how we do it over here, we do this for educational purpose. Once again, if you want to watch this trial on your own, bye. We're not telling you. Over here, we trying to educate brothers and sisters on some real shit. So, man, if you don't like the fact that I paused and try to give examples, then you need this, you can go watch it on Law and Crime Network. You don't have to watch it here. All right, another example, y'all. Real shit just happened. My sister back in Mississippi, and this how I keep it real with y'all. My sister just attacked my dad a couple days ago. My dad called the police. My sister tripping out. She staying with my dad. She don't got nowhere to stay. So she a little, she be going through her things, whatever in her head. My dad older, you know what I'm saying? My sister, she try to go run his house. She coming to stay with him. She trying to run his house. So she wanted my dad to take her somewhere at like 12 at night. She left her phone over somebody else's house. She, she be in and out of there. My sister. My dad said he told her, I'll wait till in the morning. I ain't finna take you nowhere this time of night. It's New Year. What New Year? she jumped on my dad, or, you know, tried to jump on my dad. My dad called the police. Guess what she was doing in the background? Can anybody guess what she was doing in the background when my dad was calling the police? My dad is 60 something. I think my dad like 62, 63. She probably 30. She probably 37. Was coming to stay with my dad. You know what I'm saying? She was saying my dad. She said, "Why you hitting me? Why are you attacking me? Help! Help!" That's what she did. My dad said, "Girl, what the hell?" The people had to come over there and get her out the house. And when they came over there, guess what? She tried to fight the police officer. This is what I'm telling y'all. It's real right now. If my sister can do that to her own father, what you think? This shit is real. This shit is not a game. My dad calling the police. She in the background saying, "Help, help, he attacking me. He attacking me." When they came over there, they knew my daddy was in line because she tried to attack the police. Shit crazy, bro. This shit is not a joke, y'all. People are paying attention to what celebrities do. When these narratives catch a flame, they send the narrative down to us and we follow suit. Why do you see our young boys killers? Because they following the celebrity. So celebrities play out the role and the role come down to us for us to play it out. Are y'all paying attention to what I'm saying? They act out the role and we really go do it. Because we think, this is what they sent us. This is what they sent us down. This is the message that they send down to the little people. And we follow suit.
And count 30, sentencing withheld until the completion of the initial trial of this case. After the initial trial of this case, provided defendant has complied with the special conditions outlined in section B as in boy, C as in Charlie, D as in Delta, F as in Frank, I as in Indigo of section 3 special conditions of sentence of this plea agreement. The state agrees that defendant shall be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree to null pros count 30. The special conditions of the sentence, as outlined in section 3, are that defendant shall abide in full by each and all of the terms of this negotiated agreement. Defendant's failure to abide by any term of this agreement shall constitute a violation of the agreement. Defendant shall testify truthfully about all matters relating to this case upon which he is questioned at any trial or judicial proceeding stemming from the facts alleged in this indictment. In accordance with testifying truthfully about all matters relating to this case, defendant acknowledges that each and all of the statements contained within the defendant's factual acknowledgments section of this agreement are true. Defendant shall testify truthfully about each statement contained within defendant's factual acknowledgments and any matters related to this case when asked to do so in any proceeding related to the facts alleged in this indictment. Defendant shall possess no guns unless his right to do so is restored. Defendant shall commit no criminal acts. Defendant shall submit to random drug screenings by the Department of Community Supervision and any agency designated by the court in this case.
I got you.
Should the defendant test positive for any Schedule 1, 2, or 3 drug, defendant shall within 30 days of said positive test undergo drug rehabilitation as designated by the court or the Department of Community Supervision and shall successfully complete said rehabilitation program. Defendant relinquishes any Fifth Amendment right related to any statement contained within defendant's factual acknowledgments contained within this plea agreement. Section 4, defendant's factual acknowledgments. Have you initialed each and all of the defendant's factual acknowledgments contained within section 4 of this document?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that initial AS your initial?
Yes, ma'am.
The factual
Look like he about to take his plea
are
agreement.
as follows. Number 1, Young Slime Life, aka
My boy said, damn, this sister sound like it don't play.
YSL is an organization made up of 3 or more members or associates who share common identifiers that include, but are not limited to, colors, hand signals, and terminology, who have committed crimes intended to increase the notoriety, street credibility, and reputation of YSL. Number 2, defendant has been a member and or associate of YSL since 2012. Number 3, while associated with YSL and to support and express loyalty to YSL, defendant and co-defendant Demekion Garlington and Quindarius Zachary appeared in a video with another person, AS, where defendant brandished a weapon used in a drive-by shooting, and where on behalf of YSL, defendant threatened to harm a person named Kel, a rival gang member who had begun a relationship with defendant's ex-girlfriend. Number 4, on or about April 28, 2015, as reflected in Fulton County Indictment 15SC 138994, defendant and fellow YSL associates Demekion Garlington and Quindarius Zachary committed a drive-by shooting using the firearm defendant wielded in the video referenced in Part 3 of this section, targeting family members of a rival gang. Number 5.
Once again, are you paying attention? Look at the goddamn chances. Look at what they saying this man did. Yet he's about to be free. All because they want another person. So for y'all that's out here committing crimes with the homies, boy, you better hope you're not the important one. You in trouble.
Defendant and his fellow YSL associates committed the drive-by shooting referenced in sections 3 and 4 above on behalf of YSL and to increase the notoriety, reputation, and fear of YSL. Number 6, defendant admitted committing and was convicted of aggravated assault and participation in criminal street gang activity, among other charges, for his participation in the drive-by shooting referenced in sections 3, 4, and 5 above.
Yo, do you still believe in law and justice? I just want to make sure we're not going into 2023 still believing in bullshit. Do we still believe in law and justice? There's no such thing, dog. It's about what they want. Whatever they want is what considered law and justice. They'll let a nigga kill your mama, your kids. He can go free for the right reason, for the right situation.
7, defendant was told by another YSL associate that immediately after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates met at the McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia, to discuss the murder. Number 8, defendant personally knows that one or more YSL associates committed the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. on behalf of YSL. Number 9, on January the 10th, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., defendant and other YSL associates gathered at the home of Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, who gave defendant and other YSL associates cash money to lay low. Number 10, defendant has personal knowledge that on January 10, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates traveled to Miami, Florida with co-defendant and YSL founder Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug. Number 11, defendant did not murder Donovan Thomas Jr. and was not a party to the crime. Number 12, defendant did not murder Shamel Drinks and was not a party to the crime. Number 13, defendant cannot truthfully assert that the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. are not guilty of the murder, and defendant will make no attempt at trial, prior to trial, or after trial to exonerate the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. Number 14, the gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, is one of multiple locations where YSL associates sell drugs and do not allow other gangs to operate. Number 15, the gas station at 221 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, is another location where YSL associates sell drugs and do not permit other gangs to operate. Number 16, defendant has personal knowledge that he and other members or associates of YSL have either participated in or directly committed at least one of the following crimes in order to increase the notoriety and reputation of YSL: murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault, attempted murder, theft, illegal gun possession, and illegal drug possession and sales.
Did she just say he admitted to murder, shooting, armed robbery, attempted murder? Man, yeah. Like I said, man, if Young Thug get free, boy, goddamn, what did he have to do to pull that off?
Mr. Sledge, have you had an opportunity to go over each one of the defendant's factual acknowledgments and make corrections where necessary?
Yes.
And do you now acknowledge under oath that each of the factual acknowledgments that you have...
Hey, just so we all can understand it, there's no way this dude get probation, right? There's no way that this man is about to be released out here with us, right? See, this is what I'm saying. Look at the games they play. They put, even in jail, you got niggas that commit speeding tickets in the same jail with niggas that are killers. They won't, what the fuck, dog? How you gonna put this nigga out here with us and then think we not supposed to become killers too?
Initials in this section are true and correct and accurate to the best of your ability.
Yes, ma'am.
Part
Man,
5
what
of
the
this
fuck?
plea agreement, Your Honor, states that defendant's sentencing acknowledgments are as follows. Defendant understands fully that if he violates any provision or any special condition of this plea agreement, the district attorney can and will use the contents of this document and agreement during any judicial proceeding. Defendant understands fully that if he violates any provision or any special condition of this plea agreement, his probation for this sentence may be revoked in its entirety, and the district attorney will recommend that defendant serve any remaining portion of this
Nigga had a jaywalking ticket, dog, went straight to jail.
sentence in confinement at the Georgia Department of Corrections or prison. Number 3, defendant understands fully that any violation of any provision or of any special condition of this plea agreement shall result in defendant being sentenced on count 30 of this indictment, and the district attorney will recommend that the defendant serve the maximum sentence allowed by law. Number 4, defendant understands fully that if prior to the conclusion of the initial trial of this case, defendant fails or refuses to testify to any fact that he acknowledges in this plea agreement, such failure or refusal nullifies any promise made by the district attorney to null pros count 30 of this indictment. Number 5, defendant understands fully that defendant's violation of any provision or of any special condition of this plea agreement prior to the conclusion of the initial trial of this case shall nullify any promise made by the district attorney to null pros count 30 of this indictment and may result.
Why do mental ill kids get their own classroom, their own hospital, but killers get to hang out with civilians? That's strange to me.
In defendant being, and Your Honor, there is a typo that is in this document. It's the word should be being, and it's spelled B-E-G-I-N. I'm going to ask that defendant just strike through and initial that word, B-E-G-I-N to B-E-I-N-G.
That's all it is. He just got a job. They just assigned him a new job. It's called working with them people. Big CI. My boy said he gonna be a forever CI. Shit, they gave that nigga a nice job, bruh.
And Mr. Sledge, is that your initial above the strike through of the word began to change it to being?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And may result in defendant being sentenced to serve as much as 35 years of confinement in the Georgia Department of Corrections or prison. Number 6, defendant understands fully that no promises, agreements, or conditions have been made other than those set forth in this document. Mr. Sledge, are these your initials on each section under defendant's sentencing acknowledgments?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a lot of fucking years, dog.
Mr. Sledge, do you agree that the
35?
following statement is one that you have read, fully understood, and signed your name acknowledging? I, Antonio Sledge, have read and carefully reviewed this agreement. I have reviewed and corrected where necessary for accuracy each statement contained in the...
He get that if he break the agreement that they have. If he break their agreement, then he going to jail.
Defendant's factual,
but right now he get to go home.
Acknowledgments, and I acknowledge the truth and accuracy of each and every statement listed therein. I fully understand this agreement, and I've had an opportunity to discuss this agreement and each of its provisions with my attorney, Mr. Derek Wright. No promises other than those contained in this document have been made to me in furtherance of this agreement. I freely, knowingly, and voluntarily enter into this agreement without force, threat, or coercion. Is that the statement that you acknowledged in this agreement?
I really be saying that though.
The statement?
They really be saying like we didn't coerce him to say this or we didn't force. Like, stop. Why do they even say that shit, bro? Because we all know that you persuaded a nigga to say what he's saying. You want to go to jail for a long time? Well, I really don't. What you gonna do? You gonna make the choice? You gonna come over here with us or you gonna stay over there? Like, bitch, this 2023. You persuade everybody that get down there. You have people that come down now for something else and then you ask them about this over here. Like, stop lying.
To which you sign your name underneath.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, the state tenders as evidence State's Exhibit 1A.
What, they over here to go home?
Any objection? States 1AS is admitted for purposes of plea.
Mr. Sledge, how do you plead to count to the charge
I
of
agree.
conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act as alleged in count 1 of indictment 22 SC 183572?
Guilty.
And how do you plead to count 30 of this indictment 22 SC 183572, possession of a firearm by a convicted...
I wonder what would happen if he mistakenly said not guilty. They probably had to goddamn look at that nigga crazy and shut the whole show down. You want to fuck with us in here? You want to fuck with us in here?
Felon previously convicted of a felony involving the...
This one of the guys that gonna testify against Young Thug.
Guilty.
Is this plea...
Yeah, I seen that.
Guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with the full knowledge of the charges against you?
Yeah, ma'am.
Do you understand that you may have only a limited right to appeal this guilty plea conviction?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have only 4 years from today for a felony charge and 12 months from today for a misdemeanor charge to file what is known as a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of this guilty plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Damn. Boy, I tell you.
Your Honor, the
Shit.
state will now provide a factual basis for this plea.
All right. Go ahead, ma'am, whenever you're...
Your Honor, if this case were to go to trial, the state believes that the evidence will prove beyond a reasonable doubt against this defendant that the defendant, together with indicted and unindicted co-conspirators in Fulton County on or between January the 24th, 2013 and May 8th of 2022 did unlawfully conspire to acquire, maintain directly and indirectly an interest in and control of United States money and other personal property through a pattern of racketeering activity. Furthermore, defendant did unlawfully conspire to conduct and participate in directly and indirectly such enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. The enterprise, Your Honor,
Yo, them interesting choice of earrings though, don't y'all think?
as described in this indictment and as the state expects the evidence will show, is called Young Slime Life, also known as YSL. And during the time listed in the indictment, the defendant, along with others, conspired to associate together and with others for the common purpose of illegally obtaining money and property through a pattern of racketeering activity and conducting and participating in this enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. The objectives of the conspiracy included, but were not limited to, protecting, preserving, and enhancing the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise through acts of racketeering activity, including murder, assault, and threats of violence, preserving, protecting, and enhancing the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise by the posting of messages, images, videos, and songs demonstrating allegiance to the enterprise and a willingness to engage in violence on its behalf, obtaining money, weapons, and other property through acts of racketeering activity, including robbery, theft, and the unlawful sale and distribution of drugs. Your Honor, YSL is an enterprise consisting of a group of individuals associated in fact. It constitutes an ongoing organization whose associates function as a continuing unit for the common purpose of achieving its objectives. YSL is a criminal street gang that started in late 2012 in the Cleveland Avenue of Atlanta, Georgia. Their identifiers vary, and they use common identifiers including colors, clothing, tattoos, and hand signs, as well as
still gonna make money off
identifiers, Your Honor. Your Honor, in furtherance of the conspiracy and to effect its objects and purposes, this defendant committed overt acts which reflect his tacit agreement to participate in the enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. Those overt acts include but are not limited to the defendant's possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute as alleged in number Act 8 of...
Bro, what didn't this nigga do? This nigga done rob, kill, attempted kill, drugs. What he... Man, lock this nigga up, man. What are we here for? How a nigga get a plea? Man, you got niggas in jail for marijuana. This is what I'm talking about. The world we live in is so twisted, bro. We got niggas in prison right now for selling nickel bags of marijuana. And we got niggas that can rob, steal, kill, aggravated assault, drugs. Man, boy, I tell you, the game is so cold, man.
On November the 29th of 2013.
The game is so cold. What we even here for, dog? Back to the back. Man.
The defendant's commission of the aggravated assault as listed in defendant's factual acknowledgement on April the 28th of 2015.
That nigga said he in jail for child support. That's facts. And this nigga get to be home.
The defendant's commission of Act 45 in count 1 on April the 28th of 2015. Possession of a firearm by a convicted
He told more than a little something.
The defendant's commission of Act 46 as alleged in count 1 of the indictment.
They probably gave this nigga a boner, bruh. That nigga, bruh, because like you said, read the books, for him to be getting a plea deal, this nigga probably wrote a fucking autobiography, dog, on all the shit he did. This might be they prime witness right here, dog. What's up, boy? What's up, Felmo? This might be their prime witness because this nigga done did a lot, and for him to get a plea deal, god damn, bro.
On April the 28th of 2015 of participation in criminal street gang activity.
Facts, boy. That motherfucker gave it up, dog.
The defendant's posing while an associate of YSL for a photo released on social media wearing pants with the letters OTS, standing for Only the Slime, with the caption of OGs with the green snake emoji and green heart emoji on April the 8th of 2021 as alleged in Act 128 of count 1 of this indictment.
Said, do I think he'll last on the street? Yes, Gunna's still alive. Bro, see, this is the thing. This is what I keep telling y'all, old head. these people get a pass. We just believe in this whole not snitching thing. These people been snitching. What rapper haven't snitched? We don't know about it yet. These people all tell. All of them tell. That's why I keep saying we gotta get away from these niggas, bro. Like, stop believing in this fake shit.
151 of count 1 on December 5th, 2021 as alleged.
Hey, if any of y'all got sons, I don't have nipple girls. If any of y'all got sons, y'all need to show them all the rappers that been snitching. And maybe they can break their fucking love connection that they have towards these rappers. Y'all need to just go get all the rappers. Dirt already admitted. Dirt just told a month ago, didn't it? A couple weeks ago. Bro, I think all y'all that have sons need to go get all these snitching rappers and show your sons, bro. Look, you see, it's not real. They all tell on each other. Look, don't you see it?
In count 1 of this indictment, wherein defendant possessed a firearm while previously convicted of a felony involving the use or the possession of a firearm.
That's facts.
Your Honor, as the defendant acknowledged in State's Exhibit 1AS, defendant has been associated with YSL since 2012 and has committed the acts that are contained in this plea agreement as well, which also reflect defendant's tacit agreement to participate.
Nah, hold on, bro. It shouldn't even be possible to get a plea deal on the shit that we're hearing right now. It shouldn't even be possible, dog. How is it even possible? Because you want one person. You saying it's possible for a nigga that did all this to get a deal? Man.
In this enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. Your Honor, the defendant, as I stated earlier, has pled guilty to the commission of acts
this shit's so fucking
other
crazy.
YSL associates in furtherance of the gang YSL. Specifically, Your Honor, beginning back in January of 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. in Fulton County, a series of retaliatory shootings between YSL and the organization of which Mr. Thomas was a member began to occur. One of the retaliatory shootings is the one that is listed in defendant's factual acknowledgments in State's Exhibit 1AS. Your Honor, as recently as this year, earlier this year,
hey, facts. They got a bigger fish to fry.
Of yet another person whom the organization considered a rival, Mr. Shamel Drinks, took place.
I really, and this, I said this a couple of weeks back. I really think they want Young Thug to be an informant for them. And I think they want Young Thug to get in with the Birdman, because you know Thug gotta have some on Birdman if he was shooting that Lil Wayne bus. You don't get to shoot that Lil Wayne bus without going to talk to the dude that you with every day. I think they want Young Thug to turn, and then they want to make their focus at the Birdmans of the world and shit like that.
Turning 2022 into sort of a repeat of 2015. Your Honor, the defendant has knowingly, voluntarily, and willingly signed this plea agreement, and as a result of the defendant's willingness to be forthcoming and to be truthful and to own responsibility for his actions, the state is willing to make the recommendation that I've relayed to the court, and we ask that the court accept this negotiated plea agreement. Your Honor, that is all that the state has. If the court will permit me 1 moment, please.
Okay.
And bruh.
That is all that I have, Judge. Again, we would just ask that the court sentence the defendant
Damn,
15 years of probation on count 1. As to count 2, we would ask that the court withhold sentencing until after the completion of the initial.
Yo! So it's just like what she said earlier. He got 15-year probation on one count, and he still got more to go after the trial if he doesn't give them enough of snitching to their liking. God damn, bruh.
Trial of this case, and that after the initial trial of this case, provided that the defendant has complied with the special conditions outlined and contained in the plea agreement, Your Honor, the state agrees that the defendant should be allowed to withdraw that guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree and will agree to no loss on count 30. Your Honor, further.
Mr. Wagner is,
What?
he's, Mr. Sledger in the sentence already. He's going to release him.
Your Honor, that closed out once you did the time.
Yeah.
Judge, the case that was referenced that he pled guilty to before for the ag assault is closed. So he's not currently under an active sentence.
The issue is going to be is that he's got no sentence under that particular count 30. So I'm not going to have to give him bond. I mean, I
made bond already.
sentence him on count 30.
Man, what the fuck?
He won't be released.
Initially, when he was arrested for count 30, he was given a $31,000 bond that he made. So
that bond still remains.
that bond is still in effect for that, I guess, underlying charge.
Man, niggas get a plea deal and they still up there fighting for more. God damn. This shit is crazy. Niggas get a plea deal and they still up there fighting for more. Man, that shit real, boy. This shit is a show for real, for real.
In this case, there's no bond set. We don't know if that was the previous indictment, but as of this case, 22 SC 183572, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, no bond.
Your Honor, if I may. The state has no objection to the court granting a signature bond as to that count, subject to any restrictions that the court feels necessary to place on the defendant, and considering the fact that the defendant has now pled guilty to that charge.
Oh! Damn! Oh no, dog! These people so cold at this. Man, stay out of these people's jail and stay out of their courtroom. They don't let the nigga admit it to all this shit. Now that he pled guilty, man, come on, bruh. Y'all stay out the people's courtroom, bruh. Stay out the goddamn courtroom, bruh. You missed it, bro, because it happened early. You had to be paying attention.
We have to fashion it this way. You can only do count 1 and then count 30 as a bond. That is the only.
So then y'all ain't been paying attention. Y'all just been in here looking. Y'all ain't been paying attention. So you know all the shit that he was pleading guilty to? They wasn't that. Hold on, let me rewind it back for y'all. Y'all ain't been paying attention. Y'all just in here looking, dude. Y'all ain't listening. Y'all better fucking listen. Listen. Y'all ain't listening. Y'all just in here watching this shit. This shit educational purpose, dog.
The state has no objection to the court granting a signature bond as to that count, subject to any restrictions that the court feels necessary to place on the defendant, and considering the fact that the defendant has now pled guilty to that charge.
Damn, man. They got him. Look at him. Look at him. This is the headlight. These people good. Look at this. Look at this nigga right here. This nigga posted and stood up, goddamn.
to fashion it this way. You can only count one and then count 30 as a bond. That is the only way he's going to be released. So he's really in custody if you don't do the
Hey, that nigga paying attention? That nigga said, I've been not home, but that nigga paying attention. Hey, y'all might not call it. That nigga called it though.
either they can give him probation on that count, and then once he completes all the conditions, they can come back and do an order, non-crossing back to count. So, before
Damn.
does these types of this, they need to check with the clerk's office to see what is the criteria that needs to be met before the passion is.
Damn.
Because I was told, once I made the phone call, he will not get out of this chamber. He will not get out. Either offer probation or not crossing out.
Oh, bruh.
This can always come back. But, try to get out.
Oh, wow.
Your Honor, with the court permit, the state a moment to confer with Mr. Wright and to ensure that we.
Sure. You got one or several. You got one or a couple options. You just can't do it this way.
What?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll recess it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Damn.
Mr. Wright, may I see?
Damn. They ending it right there? Oh, nah. Damn, they ended on that? What? Bro, that's some cold shit. What just happened? Man, y'all, please pay attention. Man, what the fuck? Oh my goodness, boy. All right, we finna actually start the trial. Nigga, we ain't even started the trial. And that just was, this nigga gave up all that information and they still found the loophole. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, man, stay out these people courtroom, bruh. Stay out these people courtroom, dog. All right, we finna actually start the trial for day 6. This is day 6 trial. God damn.
Can we?
Tested and he tested negative.
God damn. Basically, Franklin, short story. Basically, they went back and charged him on something that because of him pleading guilty to all that shit. Basically, it was something in there on his bonds, something with his bond, which he had already paid for his bond, but somehow by him pleading guilty, they was able to go back and fucking basically not. Bro, when I think about it, it sounds crazy. By him pleading guilty, they was able to tie it back around to some shit he had already made bond for. So now it basically like they want to revoke his bond or some more shit.
Okay.
But it wasn't. They didn't have it. They didn't have it because he hadn't pled guilty to nothing. So by him pleading guilty, they goddamn revoked the shit that he bonded out for. Nigga, when I think about it, it sound nigga, that shit crazy. God damn.
We will govern ourselves accordingly.
Nigga, that's a loop right there on your ass, bro.
The next step.
Nigga, damn, bitch, y'all, that shit was cold, bro. Oh my goodness.
Section of court, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, this day 6, y'all. Day 6 of the trial, so we actually to the trial now. I was just, damn, that was some cold shit, man.
Regarding Mr. Nichols, two things. He will agree to appear by Zoom, at least for now, moving forward right now. If there's any change in that status, I'll make the announcement, but we're we're clear to go ahead, number one. Number two, he needs a quick bathroom
What's
break.
good? What's good?
Can you
Big
give
dog.
him a bathroom break because he has been unable to take that quick break. And then we would be prepared to move forward.
Okay, all right.
All right, so they finna do a
We
bathroom
don't
break.
have him back. Can you put him back in the main room, please?
All right, we're gonna fast forward. They had to go piss and shit. All right. Damn, bro.
Okay, all right.
He said they went back. They let him out.
Okay,
So they end up letting him out. Mike said they let him out.
Mr. Madison, could you go ahead and mute yourself, please?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
I mean, of course, he got a plea deal. Of course, they probably, like you said, they probably end up letting him out. But he's on 15 years probation, and if he violated, I think on one count he get 35. But he still have another count that they're gonna wait to after the Young Thug case to determine how much time they want to give him. Now, will he get time served on that? And will they put him on probation for that? I don't know. But he still have another count. So he got 15 years probation, and in the next count, they're gonna wait till after the trial to see how good of a snitch he is.
I'm sorry, there was an echo.
Can we deal with that tomorrow?
Deal with the emotions or the issue itself? I don't know. Clear.
Your Honor, which specific issues does the court want me to do tomorrow?
Mr. Short, Mr. Harvey's
That's
motion
crazy
is
shit,
to sever.
Sever the firearms counts that are at the end of the indictment.
I don't know how to do seven.
This nigga calling from court. This nigga calling on his phone. Nigga, why you ain't show up today, man? Hey, Paso, amigo.
I didn't file it late.
Yes, he did not file.
Thank you, Mr.
That's facts, Derek.
That's that.
The DA always be on bullshit. Y'all. Hey, chat. Last time we seen dude, y'all know this nigga right here be going hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. The bald head dude, he be doing this thing too. The black dude. But this nigga right here, this is the nigga that getting all the money. So this motherfucker, let's see what he got to say today, goddamn.
Your Honor, we can deal with Mr. Nichols tomorrow, but because Mr. Stillwell filed late, we haven't had a chance to respond. So we ask that we grant the ability to respond to it. We haven't had time. I believe the email was sent last Thursday, so the 26th. So.
And Your Honor, I'm not trying to be difficult, and that's fine. It's the exact same issue. We are exactly similarly situated to Mr. Harvey. It's the exact same legal issue. It's just a matter of can charges from separate incidents be joined in the same indictment?
Charges from separate incident be joined in the same indictment.
We will make an effort to be ready whenever the court elects.
We got to resolve that issue because I had planned on at least tomorrow to discuss the people that need to be severed before next week. So it's probably timely. We probably need to take care of that so I can at least kind of figure out.
That's fine, Your Honor. We'll be ready for this.
Yeah, so let's do those tomorrow morning. If worse comes to worse, I mean, because they're legal motions, so we should be able to deal with those. Yes, Ms. Bernard.
I had joined in a motion to dismiss and double jeopardy, and I added my double jeopardy claim on behalf of Mr. Myrick. But it was a motion that they asked and attorney King, I'm sorry, I filed. I'm not aware of what's ruling on this thing or that. I don't know whether.
Okay, I'm gonna deny that motion. Ms. Rosenwasser, if you would go ahead and please do an order. If it's the same, you have anything extra you want?
What I added as it relates to
This dude right here, he was doing his thing too.
he's already.
That dude right there be going hard.
Clear event time and under sentence on acts in the indictment for count one.
Once again, for everybody that just tuning in, it's for educational purpose. So I know you probably say, man, you over here talking about these lawyers going hard. See, what we exposing is we exposing the corrupt system. We're exposing that these guys committing crimes, not to believe in these celebrities. So it's not just that I'm just trying to point out that these lawyers are good at what they're doing. I'm pointing out how some of the corrupt shit that the DA is doing, and these lawyers are breaking it down, which is amazing for y'all to see. So we can understand that when we get caught up in these jams, there's a lot of corruptness going on. And like I said, once again, we still paying attention to Young Thug, how he's a multi-millionaire. He's in a situation like this. So I'm not saying it like, oh, damn, woo. I'm doing it for educational purpose. The system is corrupt. On top of the shit that Young Thug is involved in, he shouldn't be involved in.
36 and 37, which is an armed robbery and aggravated assault from 2015. My client is under sentence. He pled guilty in 2016. And he is being additionally indicted.
That's facts, books.
Defends himself against that for the RICO count, and he's already handled that. That's double jeopardy under 16, I think it's 16-1, I'm sorry.
Madam.
We've already addressed that in numerous other motions.
What's good, Bradley?
Miss,
The court's already issued orders.
yeah, no, but, no. Ms. Bernard, you're absolutely right. And, for those same reasons I've already stated earlier, I'm going to deny the motion, okay? But, okay, all right?
I appreciate that, Mike. They have other right.
Okay, folks, in terms of other...
He in a lose-lose situation, bro. He losing money, he losing time, he losing support, and he losing family members. He losing a lot, dog. He in a lose-lose situation. Okay, hood politics.
All right, folks, here's what I'm going to do. I think the first thing tomorrow is to do the
Hey, once again,
motions to sever.
for everybody that new to my channel, I always pause it because I have questions I want to ask. Do y'all think if Young Thug was to be free, can he do more good being free, helping out families? Or can we learn from the example of him being in this situation right here? Which one do y'all think? Young Thug is free right now, giving $100 gift cards to families, or him going through this situation? Which good is he doing to the community? This right here, see, I want y'all to understand something. Y'all gotta stop letting people trick us with this fucking $100 gift cards and all this bullshit, man. No, this is doing more good for the community right here. Him in there, him in court right here is doing more good than him being out here giving 1 or 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6 individual families an opportunity of some money and woody. We need. Do y'all know what generational wealth is? Generational wealth is about the family, not about an individual. So what I'm trying to explain is helping individuals don't do it. Helping the family. So what he's doing right now is helping the family. It's not helping an individual family. It's helping all of us to see, why are these guys getting all this money still living this lifestyle? It's painting a picture to the entire culture. So he need to be right here, right now. Get free later, but right now we need to see this and learn from it.
Now I know you have Ms. Viverito still. You got Mr. Voss. You got Mr. McKinley. Mr.
That's
Dunbar,
facts, hood politics.
Ms. Sim Stanley. My fear, folks, is that we're, like I said, we're running out of time in terms of the ability.
I agree
for the court
1,000%.
to hear these and rule on these.
I agree
We just have to take them
1,000%
up as they're
on that.
presented during trial. So, any other issues, folks, in terms of that? I mean, I'd like to be able to accommodate you, but I don't have any time next week. We're supposed to begin jury selection 5, 6, 7. So,
When we say stuff like that, I want us to make sure we understand that in our household, in the black household, we're not looking at what white people doing. Let me go ahead and say that. What white people doing, we're looking at it in terms of, man, I wish my family could do that. So some of us commit these crimes. But when I'm talking about, when we look at images on who we want to be like, ain't nobody in our house saying white people. I'm just being honest. When we say, man, I want to grow up and be like that white dude. No. So this is what I mean by it take these black images. Once again, when we go back to, okay, I don't want to get so deep right now.
4, 5, 6, I should say. Thank you. And the other thing I'm kind of battling against is folks that are still kind of under the weather. So if I can get everybody here tomorrow, we may be able to take up some of these other folks. But in the absence of that, we're going to have to kind of just wait until till we have some time before that witness is called.
Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Williams.
My client, Mr. Wright, would like to have his Coretta hearing.
We may be able to do that today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? All right. Okay. Any other ministerial that I need to, that anybody else wish to be heard on?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Menendez.
Your Honor, I would just want to know the mechanism for seeing the test results of Mr. Farley's for the.
Why that judge be acting like he be irritated when niggas want to talk? What's wrong with that dude, man?
That's all. I just need some guidance from the court about that.
How you the judge, nigga? He tired or something? What he doing?
He's tested positive. I understand that because of that, that's why he was not brought over. Okay? So, have you been tested, sir?
No, Your Honor, I haven't. I guess I'll follow up with the court staff about that, what the protocol is for me to be allowed
sat at the table with the rest of the folks that were, that tested positive. I would think that you'd want to go ahead and at least, just to satisfy yourself. You're sitting right next to Mr. Botts.
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, that's be responsible for the rest of us here. But I can't force you to do that. But I would certainly think that might be prudent.
Yes, Your Honor. That's right.
To satisfy yourself. All right, but yes, that's why your client was not brought over, and you probably will not be brought over tomorrow because the jail is. I agree. The protocol is usually they're isolated for 5 days, so that's why I'm making them available.
Okay.
That answer your question? I mean, and tomorrow would just be for any other ancillary proceedings that we might have, but in the absence of that, then I certainly will.
I agree with that too.
Have to wait until
the government need to be on RICO charges.
Until
I agree with that too.
Later to finish your motions.
Yes, Your Honor, that's no problem at all. I just wanted to.
I agree with that too, Jay
those test results as his attorney.
You don't think that do you think that
they promote a high, flashy designer lifestyle that they get for free? We go out and try to purchase these things with our regular incomes. Make it make sense. That's what I mean by we have to separate from this industry.
You think that the jail is not being candid with you?
It's a possibility, Your Honor.
That's true. That's true, real.
You are welcome to.
That's true, real.
To file whatever motion you need to, or whatever take that up with the jail.
Understood, Your Honor.
As you see fit, sir. Okay.
Being yourself is okay.
All right.
Not having a lot is okay.
Anybody else? Yes, Mr. Matthews.
But if you don't believe that, you're gonna do some things to put yourself in a bad position.
My understanding is either a cellmate or roommate with Farley. And I'm concerned, just got a protocol, that maybe the jail can take some type of accommodations to make sure that Mr. Healy, who has tested negative up to this point, remains in that position and doesn't get exposed to his roommate who has tested positive. Those are my concerns. Maybe the jail can take some steps. We're sitting there back. I've got to sit next to him. I don't want him to get sick. I don't want to get it. I'm going to hand it off to a esteemed colleague who's sitting.
I'll talk to Captain Julie. Okay. All right. Anybody else?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, Thunder.
Mrs. Williams has two additional motions, Your Honor, a motion to suppress that I thought we want to hear today. However, I didn't know what the court's positioning is on those two. They are evidentiary motions. They are motions to suppress that could be heard. Sure, they are evidentiary motions that could be heard prior to trial, but just wanted the court to be aware of those two outstanding motions as well.
Back to politics. Not having a lot to start with, it's okay. Facts, money.
I think the problem is that Ms. Hilton, is that even though that those are only related to Mr. Williams, since you got a RICO count, everyone else has opted in and wants to be present for all motions. So that's the issue that's going to come up.
Thank you, Your Honor. We just had two witnesses here, so we wanted to know we would be able to release them.
So that's the problem with that.
When did COVID come back, y'all? What's going on, man?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Leave this on, I guess. Can I just make sure that I'm correct that Dr. Dunbar is flying from the state of Nevada? But tomorrow, should he has plane reservations and can come, should I have him come, Your Honor, or is that something that I shouldn't do?
As you can see, I mean, it's kind of like it's going to depend. It's much going to depend upon whether or not your colleagues wish to waive their client's presence, or they'll be available via Zoom. I think waiving is not really the issue because that's most people don't. I wouldn't. From a constitutional basis, I don't think that that's something they probably would do.
Okay, but, Nomad.
For the folks who are COVID positive, those folks I will probably still take at the jail. Are we going to be able to finish him in the day? That's the thing is.
Where would the court? I just don't want him to fly here and then not get taken. I could cancel him and we could do it at another date certain. It's no problem. I just wanted the court to, whatever's convenient for the court, and we will do it.
It's not
what's good, Brody?
Mr. Steele. I think this is a question of availability for, and the fact that we are kind of battling two fronts. One of them is just time, and the other one is people that are just unfortunately becoming sick or whatever else. So, I mean, I can check with the folks they're on the platform who are going to probably be. Mr. Menendez?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
All right, Mr. Farley's probably going to be on, he's going to be via Zoom tomorrow because he's still going to be under a COVID protocol.
Yes, Your Honor, we don't have any, we would waive our physical presence. I need to speak with Mr. Farley, but my guess is that we would waive our physical presence for the motions that don't involve him. For example,
I understand, Joe.
Anything
I understand,
else,
bro.
We would reserve, though, our right to have everyone in person for those motions to suppress of ours that we already discussed.
Sure. Okay. All right. Ms. Bernard? For Mr. Myrick, I think, would you be willing to waive his physical presence and he could appear via Zoom tomorrow?
Considering his current status, that is what we discussed, he will be present by Zoom.
Okay, that's two. And who else do we have? Mr. Harvey?
Good afternoon, Judge. I think Mr. Nichols would make the exact same announcement that we were going to make for today, so we will be available by Zoom if he's feeling okay and up to it, and he seems to be. So we'll be here tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Is that right, Mr. Nichols?
Okay.
Your Honor, if I can briefly address Mr. Stillwell's position, the only person that he really wanted to be over here for is Ms. Jeffery. Anything else he'll waive his presence today. If other things you want. It's only for that he was requesting that he
Damn, everybody out, bruh. They missing a lot of people.
Okay, I'm sorry, Judge. I didn't understand any of that. It's hard to understand on the platform here.
Can you go to a microphone, Mr. Botts?
make it clear to the court, Mr. Stillwell will waive his presence for anybody but Ms. Viverito, which she was scheduled to start today for cross. But other than her, you can proceed with any other witnesses you want to or any other hearings today, right now. And I hate to bring that up, but that's our position.
Okay, all right.
So
thank you, Mr. Botts. I appreciate that.
yes.
All right. Anybody else? So councils, this is from a scheduling standpoint. Do you want to go ahead and see? Mr. Steele, do you have any other witnesses or any other experts you're going to try and qualify? Mr. Dunbar is, or Dr. Dunbar is coming from Colorado.
Somebody was doing something, dog.
Nevada?
We have Jim Persinger. He's local. I have to call him, but he maybe can come tomorrow if the court thinks that's appropriate in time. And then we have Dr. Eric Nielsen. He's in the state of New York, I believe. I'd have to call him and see if he can come here tomorrow. We have another professor from California. I have to speak with her to determine whether she can make it here tomorrow. I don't have those reservations done, Your Honor.
What type of a doctor is Dr. Dunbar?
He goes to the motion that's outstanding about using hip-hop or rap lyrics in this trial against Mr. Williams under both the Constitution as well as the statute, freedom of speech, as well as a 24-4-403 analysis. And he's done studies on the topic. I've given all of his work to this honorable court and the prosecution, as well as his CV.
Okay.
And that's why before that motion or during that motion, I wanted him to testify. So if we're arguing that motion, that's really what he is for. He's really not a trial witness. He was just for that motion.
Okay. All right, State. What's your thoughts about doing Mr. Dunbar tomorrow, Dr. Dunbar tomorrow?
Your Honor, we can be ready to handle Dr. Dunbar tomorrow. We also have two of our witnesses scheduled for tomorrow. Dr. Stanley Sims, Melissa Stanley Sims, who's available tomorrow morning. And
She's a medical examiner?
yes, Your Honor.
All right, she won't take that long. Okay, who else?
And potentially Mr. McKinney. But Your Honor, Mr. McKinney, due to medical needs, would need to be via Zoom. So if the court's amenable to that, just with all the medical things that have been happening, that would be our only issue with him. But he's available via Zoom tomorrow.
Does he has he tested positive for COVID or something?
No, Your Honor. There's other.
Okay. Yes.
Your Honor, we do have Mr. Voss here today. If the court would like to hear from him today, he's available and he's here. He's a ballistics.
Yeah, we can do Mr. Voss, it looks like, so we could probably take care of him today.
Sure, these people just be up here. What the fuck?
We had planned for all of Mr. Steele's experts tomorrow as well, and we just want to know whether we should plan to go ahead with them or not to go ahead with everyone except Dr. Dunbar. We just want to know, we want to make sure that we're ready for the court.
Well, it's up to Mr. Steele. Had you planned on calling all your witnesses tomorrow, Mr. Steele?
No, but I can make a phone call and see if they can get here, if that's better.
Your Honor, that is what we had planned for Mr. Steele's. I believe that was the request that he had made of the court, that he be allowed to present his witnesses. Forgive me, Mr. Steele, if I'm misstating something that you had previously said. So that is what we were expecting for tomorrow, but if that is not something to which the court is amenable, then we'd just like to...
This is a good game of baseball right here.
We just like to know at what time the court, or what day the court will be hearing those witnesses, and certainly we have no objection to the court's accommodation of any restrictions.
Mr. Steele, I don't have any. I think that he should definitely. We'll hear from Dr. Dunbar.
Thanks. They out here playing baseball.
The other issue related to that was your colleague, Mr. Mr. Adams, indicated that there may be some questions from voir dire that may be relative to that particular issue. So that might be the reason why we need to take it up. So, to the extent that we can do your witnesses, Mr. Steele, as well as Mr. McKinney.
Dr. Sims Stanley, Your Honor.
Dr. who?
Dr. Sims Stanley, Melissa Sims Stanley.
Yeah. Well, can you get her this afternoon by chance?
I don't believe she's available this afternoon, but we can certainly make a call and see. I do not believe she's available until tomorrow.
And Your Honor, if the court will permit the state,
I agree with that.
An opportunity in the form of about 2 minutes or 3 to speak with Mr. Steele regarding his witnesses, or Mr. Adams regarding their witnesses, we would appreciate that opportunity.
Sure. I can recess in place.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Mr. Steele. Mr. Adams.
What are you saying?
All right, so let's see. I guess it took a recess. I agree. It's too much knowledge out here not to try to do better, man. You know, I understand the circumstance, and I understand what position we was put in, but it's too much knowledge. It's too much. It's just too much of everything. It's money out here to get. I don't know if we not creative or we don't want to be creative. Man, bro, people making money, people making dreams come true all type of ways, dog. Man, bro, I keep telling y'all, man, people are playing soap, making money, filming it. Kids are creating their own platforms. Man, it's just too many opportunities, bro. It's too much knowledge out here for us to keep fighting each other, for us to keep trying to go to war with each other. It's just too much. Excuse at some point, we got to put the excuses down and start to. But I do understand the position we was put in. I ain't never not gonna understand it. And see, I like that. We are creative, but some people have dumb distraction. I like that. Let me go off that. As long as we keep believing in what we see on TV, as long as we keep making, see, we got to control our own trends. We can't let the trends control us. So I gotta say, okay, this is a trend. Do y'all know why we wear skinny jeans? Do anybody know the agenda behind skinny jeans? Anybody here can tell me the true agenda? I said agenda. The true agenda behind skinny jeans. Why was skinny jean pushed onto the community? I said what it is though. What it is, books. Because I'm trying to. This is what I'm saying. We are creative, but we don't we let other people control our narrative. We don't place our own narrative out in the world. And a lot of creativity gets stolen. To feminize men, it's another one too. It's another one. Blessing. Good morning. It's another one. There's a reason skinny jean was pushed onto the community. Do y'all know the issue that big truck drivers, I say big truck drivers, y'all know I'm from Mississippi when I say that, big truck drivers. Do y'all know the issues that truck driver was having? Reading books, you say you know what it is. What it is, reading books. Why was skinny jeans pushed onto the community? Wearing your pants sagging, wondering if you even know to attract a man. Okay, I feel what y'all saying. Okay, so truck drivers will have an issue where they balls, it was sterilizing them. Skinny jeans sterilize. Reproduction. Thank you. Skinny jeans affect the reproduction system. For men, it sterilizes. Same thing truck driver was having. See, that's what I'm saying. We let people play with us and we don't have no idea. This is why I don't wear them things. I don't wear no pants that I can't breathe in. My nuts. I got 4 kids. But if you constantly wearing them jeans, same thing for my truck drivers, bro, you're going to have an issue trying to reproduce. You're going to have an issue trying to get your balls to get your sperms in that thing to be moving clearly and be able to swim. You fucking up. But see, we don't know stuff like this. And then when we talk about stuff like this, it's going to change because you already been caught up into the narrative. If you already been caught up, but see, now I said, I wear some tight jeans around the ankle, but not in the, you can't have your balls to be that tight, bro. You fucking with your system. But see, once again, when they control our narrative and we don't know, we follow the trend. So this is what I be talking about. Like, we have to separate ourselves, dog. You literally squeezing the life out of you. Wow, that's a bar. That's a bar.
Mr. Ryan's issue.
But like I said, truck driver was having this issue. Truck drivers, as they were driving, the heat from the engine was causing something. I think I can't even remember exactly, but I know truckers, they was more trucker was coming to an issue where, you know, they shit wasn't working. You know, they was doing studies on it. And you know, anything I talk about, y'all, you just go check it out for yourself, man. You'll see. My words, you know, I understand, like, me being from Mississippi, y'all be saying, you know, some of y'all understand what I'm saying, some of y'all don't. I use different words. My accent makes shit come out crazy sometimes. But if you just go check it out, you'll see for yourself.
Involving Ferretta. Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am.
And if I may, is the court, is it the court's desire that we take up the other matter regarding tomorrow after
exactly
these two witnesses for today?
Mr. Who involving who? I'm sorry.
Involving Dr. Dunbar, defense attorney.
Oh, are you planning on, Mr. Steele, are you planning on your witnesses being here tomorrow?
Dr. Dunbar is already in flight, Your Honor, so that would be great.
Okay. Yes, we'll take him up tomorrow.
And so, Your Honor, with respect to Dr. Dunbar, the state's understanding is that Dr. Dunbar is being qualified or tendered as an expert, and we're doing a Daubert hearing for him tomorrow. I'd ask, just for clarification purposes, and so we'd ask that happen
Bingo.
in the afternoon. I know that
we don't think for ourselves.
Mr. Steele,
I agree.
Mr. Adams, the court, they indicated that the
only a small portion of us do.
Their ability to ask at least one of the requested questions during the voir dire process until after the court heard from this particular tendered expert. So it's my understanding, and I'd ask for clarity, that we are simply going to have.
No, it's not. This day 6.
Dr. Dunbar, we'd ask that the motions portion be held after we begin or have chosen or started the jury selection process.
Mr. Steele?
Okay. So we filed a motion to exclude, lyrics based upon freedom of speech and constitutional setting, as well as a statutory.
That's a good one.
Under 24-4-403. That's what Dr. Dunbar is coming to try to be qualified as an expert in, and then, if qualified, educate this honorable court from a perspective from his research. So we would like to argue the state's motion to introduce lyrics, and we would like to argue our motion to exclude or remove those lyrics from the case. I don't think so. And then, I don't think they have a, I don't think it's a bench ruling. That would, your honorable court could then possibly hear from us about the two, I believe, voir dire questionnaire matters or questions that Mr. Adams has targeted. So we would like to do the motion tomorrow.
Are we having a Daubert hearing as to Dr. Dunbar tomorrow?
I was going to do both because we were going to qualify him as an expert for purposes of that motion. So I was just being courteous to tell everyone that he's not going to be a trial expert, though. We have no intent to call him a trial at this point.
But he is being tendered as an expert for some purpose with respect to this case. So we do have to have the Daubert hearing. Am I correct? So, Your Honor, my concern is that that portion may be more protracted. We have some witnesses. I do believe that that may be an extensive hearing.
And that is the reason that we are asking to have the testimony, or the hearing rather, not the testimony, but the hearing on Dunbar tomorrow, and the motion on the lyrics later, because I believe that this may be a protracted Dahlberg hearing. And we also ask that the court allow us to do it in the afternoon, because we have other witnesses and motions. Specifically, I believe the court mentioned the motion to sever counts that we need to take up before next week.
Well, yeah, the motion to sever the counts definitely has to be taken up. And I think that we're also going to take up.
All right, so it don't look like they actually
basis, and I determine if there's a factual basis.
So that's what we already seen. So it looked like we already covered day 6. We'll do day 7 tomorrow. So we're gonna get into some of the reaction that was, faced up. People was giving their opinion. I know y'all seen it by now. They was saying like if Young Thug be convicted, if he's convicted, he could face up to 20 years. So we're gonna look at some of the people give their opinion on that and see what they're talking about. All right, so one is Hassan Campbell. We're gonna see what he was saying about this, and we're gonna check out one more.
Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Let me ask you a question. You want the ugly truth or a beautiful lie? Let me give you the ugly truth. I don't feel sorry for Young Thug at all. You know why? Because he threw rocks at the penitentiary. And he didn't think that the warden of the jail was going to open up that door when she went knocking at the door. Let me break this down for you. Young Thug had the money and the power and the respect of a king. Young Thug was rich with an army. He's a king, he's a ruler, he's a general. That's why he's being charged with RICO, because he made the decisions. He was the shot caller. He was in a position of power. He took his legal money and turned it into a dirty empire.
Bruh. That's facts. That's facts. How many of us did that before? Took legal money. This is when my dad threatened to kick me out the house. I had it all. This is when I first started selling drugs. I had it. The cars, the money, the clothes, the girls. I had legal money. Let me go ahead and, y'all know I tell y'all my life. I'm going to go ahead and keep it all the way real with y'all. My mother passed when I was 3. She left me some money. And, when I turned a certain age, I was able to get that money. I'm sure y'all have heard of this before. I had 3 CDs in my name. Now, I couldn't get the money until I got a certain age. So I had to be poor until I come up out that hole. And I had no idea that I had money that was coming to me when I got older. So I was living just a poor life. Being a young, broke nigga, going to school, hungry, no clothes, living in rundown houses, living in y'all seen the place I showed y'all where I used to live. Abandoned building, basically. Then I moved up into a hunting cabin. It was just one big room. It was like the size of a bathroom or one of y'all nice bathroom. I lived in that for 4 or 5 years. And then when I turned a certain age, I think it was like around 20, I think I was maybe 21, 22. I got a lot of money. I got a lot of money. I can't think of exactly how much I had, but I had a lot of money, dog. And I went and bought my cars. I went and got my rims. You know, I ain't know nothing about investing. I'm a nigga that I've been eating bread and bologna and hot dogs for 20 years now. I find out my daddy, I come from school. My dad said, well, look like we're going to be able to move somewhere and get something nice. I said, what you talking about? Now I'm coming home to a fucking shack. This is what I was living in. This is what we was living at. My daddy said, you know, your mama had left you some CDs. And now you able to, you know, get them. So we living poor as fuck. And I just hit the lottery. My mama left me some money, you know, from when she passed. You know, she had put me a bank account, you know, and she had me 3 CDs. And nigga, man, I was so motherfucking happy because I've been living a poor life for 20 years. Man, you don't understand, dog. Like, nigga, what? I've been poor this long and I ain't know I had money? What? So, nigga, I'm balling. You know what I'm saying? My dad went and got us a trailer, 3-bedroom trailer. We don't got to live in the hood no more. Now we live down the street from the hood. So, at 20, I didn't have to live in no condition no more. Now I was living down the street from the hood. You feel me? But I'm still in the hood because, you know, these niggas now, it's 20 years. Y'all been living in this condition. So, yeah, okay, I understand. I just hit the lottery. You know, that's how I looked at it. So I went and bought me a car. When they fixed it up, got my 24s, had the Crown Vic on 24, had the 216 in the back. I had that, I had the tent, you feel me? I had the horn in the front. You know, I was playing that Tony Montana because guess what? I turned money that my mama gave me from her death. She put me 3 CDs up as a baby. And because of the hood environment, this is what I be trying to tell y'all. Because of the lifestyle I had lived for 20 years, all I knew, poverty. Maybe if I knew I was going to grow up and be a nigga with some money, I would have knew to think about other type of shit, but I ain't know nothing about that. All I see is hard lifestyle. Hard lifestyle. Now all of a sudden I got money. Nigga, I went and bought a car, went and fixed my car up, clothes, jewelry. I'm the shit now. You know how it is when the hood, when you get the car on 24s, 26s, you got the 216 in the back beating out no block. Nigga, you know what it is in the hood. I'm the shit now. So now I'm the young nigga. I'm the young nigga hanging with the big boys. I'm the littlest nigga hanging with the big boys now. Cause why? The car, the system. Damn, that little nigga be like that? Yeah. That little nigga on 24s like that? Oh, yeah. What, that little dirty nigga that nigga that was living in that shack? That nigga was living in an abandoned house where rain was coming through? You telling me that young nigga, what happened? So nobody know, nobody know that all of a sudden my daddy come in here and I got 3 CDs. A lot of money. But I had no mindset of what to do with this money because I've been poor for the last 20 years. So I'm still got the homies in. Guess what? My homies, man, y'all don't gotta want for nothing. Nigga, I'm taking care of the hood, nigga. Nigga, I got money now. I'm taking care of the hood. I'm taking care of the homies, nigga. You feel me? So we partying, we living life. I got this money. I don't know what to do with it. So I'm finna go get me a goddamn key. Oh, I'm a boss now, nigga. Because I got legal money that I don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to get a key. Yeah. And I don't want no weed because if I'm going to go to jail, I'm going to jail for some shit that I can make money from. Now you ask yourself, why would a nigga that got money go buy a key to make dirty money? When you got money, you done. You made it out. I made it out the hood, y'all. My daddy got a house, got a 3-bedroom trailer for $5,000. It wasn't perfect, but nigga, you gotta understand, I was living in a shack. So this 3-bedroom trailer, we done came up, goddamn it. And now I'm selling dope. Now I'm a shot caller. So what I'm gonna do? Okay, I got a key. Now I need to find people that gonna sell it for me. So I go get my relatives that have been in and out the system. And you know about this. I want you to teach me how to do this. And I want, so we cooking it out. Now I'm cooking dope. A nigga that just now, I done been around dope, but I ain't never been no boss. I ain't never been no shot caller. A nigga that grew up with nothing, been around this, but now, nigga, I want to learn how to cook it. Nigga, I want to have niggas on this corner. I want to be the ball. Yeah, nigga, I want to be Tony Montana. So guess what? Now every time you see Anonymous 2K TV, he playing that Tony Montana. I'm thinking I'm Tony Montana. You a nigga that just came from a shack. You got legal money now. Your mother done left you from her death. And you take the money because you don't know what to do with the money. Nobody teaching you about no money. Nobody teaching you about how to invest. What? Who teaching me how to invest in the hood? Where's that class at? It ain't in school. It ain't in my daddy house. It ain't in my auntie house. It ain't in my... Who teaching me how to invest the money that I just came into? So, I feel... that right there. We get legal money, and because we have no idea what to do with this, what they call legal money, we try to go and do other things. And that's what I did. And that's how I ended up starting selling drugs. Because I was a broke nigga, living a life of poverty, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch and dinner, eating noodles, hot dogs, and bologna, what y'all call glizzies now. I find it so funny that niggas talk about glizzy when some of us, that's all we had to eat. That's all we had to eat was a glizzy. Yeah, I find it so funny that niggas now all of a sudden niggas don't eat hot dogs no more. Like, you niggas so funny on this internet. But some people had to live off that hot dog. And then you telling me now I can go eat other shit. So now I'm 30 years old and you know what I still eat? I still eat hamburgers. Because for so long I had a lifestyle to where this all I had to eat. So my girl trying to feed me these steaks and all this different type of food, and I'm saying, I don't know nothing about that. See, I had money to go buy fancy food and try new foods, but now my environment has caught me. I don't know nothing about all that. If it ain't pizza, hot dogs, and chicken tenders, yeah, so now they judging niggas for eating chicken tenders. So now they calling me crazy and, oh, he ain't never been nowhere. So now I go to a 5-star restaurant and say, give me a burger. But now I'm like, oh, what's wrong with this dude? He had a 5-star restaurant eating chicken tenders, eating burgers. So now they look at me crazy. But you ain't understanding where I came from. That's all I had to eat. So I got stuck on it. So I don't know that about that. My girl eat the oxtail and the octopus and all this fancy food. But my girl, she also eat food like I do. But she more adapted to stuff. I don't know that about that. I'll be eating hot dogs and bologna. I'll be eating Bahina sausage. You feel me? Give me some white saltine crackers. I ain't know that about rich crackers and shit. I found out about rich crackers a little later, and them bitches was good. But what I'm saying is, so I had money, but I still was broke mentally. Because I ain't know what to do with the money, so I started to sell drugs. I became a kingpin in my era. In the little era I had bosses. I had nigga that really was on shit working for me, and I felt like I was the shit. But why did I need to take legal money and use it for criminal activities. Because when you live the lifestyle, did you really make it out the hood? And that's what I be trying to show y'all. For y'all that have made it out the hood or never been in the hood, it's hard for you to understand. But nigga, when you get this money and you still live and you did 20 years in the hood, 30 years in the hood, it's hard to just say, okay, I'm a new person. You want me to try a steak now? I don't like steak. I ain't ashamed to go to a motherfucking 5-star steak restaurant and eat a burger. People be looking at me like, what the fuck is he doing? You here where they have the best 8 ounce, 9 ounce, 12 ounce, and you getting a burger? Yeah. Give me a burger and some fries. So it's like, we have to understand some of this stuff, man. So I just wanted to share that little story. Like, I understand what it's like to have legal money and go use it for dirty reasons.
Legal money. He made legal money illegal. Right. In this case that he has, once his co-defendants said to the courts that this YSL is in fact corrupted, it's a gang, it opened up the door for the government to take his legal money because of the illegal activities, which means his masters.
And that's crazy. A lot of us can relate.
His masters, well, it opened up the door for the government to take his masters and all of his finances, houses. Young Thug, here's the ugly truth. He traded in that beautiful mansion. Beautiful mansion.
My daddy came in there. Y'all gotta understand, going from a shack. This how big the place was where I used to live. This how big it was. I'm just giving you an example. You know, it's a little bigger, but I'm just giving you an example. It was this big. We went from this to a 3-bedroom trailer. A used 3-bedroom trailer. A used one. Somebody else been living in there for I don't know how many years. My daddy done bought it for $5,000. Used bedroom. We went from this. And so I'm selling drugs. My daddy came in there. He flipped over the mattress. He said, ain't no motherfucking way you selling drugs. And we done got this house. You done got a car. You know, we got a lifestyle that we've been dreaming of having. And this is what you gonna do. And these people gonna come here and take all this shit. My daddy went crazy. My daddy went out there and started up a fire. I had about $200 worth of crack underneath the bed. I had about 150. I think, to be honest, I think it was $157 worth of cocaine. Like that, I would count that shit. I had about $200 worth of crack. 150, I think it was 157 if I can remember, worth of cocaine. My daddy went and got it and threw it all in the goddamn. He had lit a fire. He had threw it all in the damn fire and said, "Man, ain't no motherfucking way." And that's the day I really was disappointed in myself because I get chills thinking about it. My mother left me some money. She passed away when I was 3 years old. I never get that feeling that y'all get when y'all have a mother. To this day, I sometimes feel sad that I never get to experience what y'all get to experience. Y'all had a mother. And I see how y'all mothers love y'all, man. And I'm getting chills thinking about it. Y'all have a woman that love y'all. And it's nothing like the love of a mother because I have a daughter and I see it. Y'all get that love that nigga would dream of having. Because our daddy ain't got that love like these women do. And man, for y'all to, my mother left this money for me and I just try to go be a drug dealer. And I seen my dad, man. My dad was so disappointed, man, that we had came from a shack to a 3-bedroom used trailer, but it was a mansion to us. And my daddy was so hurt, man, because he was like, boy, we done came from this. And this is what you doing with yourself. This is what you doing with your money. You got the cars, you got the clothes. What you need to sell drugs for? Guess what I told him? I don't know. Because it was the environment. That's what I mean by Poor people are in a different type of environment where we can get swallowed up. And I had no idea why I was selling drugs. I knew why, because it was the cool thing to do. Who don't want to be the littest nigga in the hood? Man, quit playing. Stop lying. Y'all be getting on here trying to act like and pretend like you wanted to be the shit in the hood. Who ain't wanting to be the shit in the hood? I was cool with everybody. Girls like me, they thought I was handsome. The drug niggas, the drug dealer like me. The bullies were fucking with me. I had the dope boy car. Nigga, I was the shit. All I needed to do now is build up my gangster career. I already gang banging, but I ain't had that drug dealer status. I'm out gang banging. I had the cars, I had the clothes, I had the girls, I had the money, but I ain't selling no drugs. So I had to add one more to my lifestyle. So I had to add being a drug dealer to my lifestyle. And I ain't want to be a regular drug dealer. I need to be a boss. I need to be a kingpin. Tell my uncle, who I was getting my supply from to go be my kingpin in my area, yeah, he went to do fed times. Now, you know, and I started to realize my daddy saved me. Because when my daddy saved me, a couple weeks later, my uncle got hit for fed time. The person I was going to get my supply from. My daddy saved me from going to federal prison on that situation. Now, even after that, I still started to do other stuff. I still ended up selling drugs. But he saved me from that moment. And now that's, you know, at that moment, I needed to be saved. So that's why I said, I don't want to go so deep. But man, I believe in God. I don't know why I'm not in jail. Y'all have done a lot of stuff. I don't know why I'm not in jail, but man, let me tell you. Something about me, I know. You got to figure out what it's about you. That God's seeing you. I know why I'm still out here. Because I should be dead or in jail. Well, I done did some things. And I'm not up here bragging about it. That's the thing what bothers me when I watch this dude. I can relate to Hassan Campbell, but it bothers me when I listen to him sometimes. It seems like he bragging about how he done caught the bodies and stuff like that. Man, there's some niggas out here that can't sleep. They sweat and they sleep because of some of the things they do. I had to wake up every other night dripped in sweat because of some of the things I done in my life that I can never take back. You feel me? Man, my girl wake up and my side be covered every other night. But you know, like, I'm here and I'm here for a great purpose. Like you said, man, you got to figure out what God got you here for too. Because God is definitely real, dog. Do I got life insurance? Yes, sir. And we talk about all that type of stuff too, though. You know, with kids having life insurance. But back to the story, though, man. We have to use legal money. We have to stop using legal money and we need to just only get legal money. But what I'm saying is, why we getting legal money, buying all this jewelry, all these cars, all these clothes? Like, we have to separate ourselves from these characters. Because guess what? You go look at Young Thug on his dressed up pictures, and you don't see this Young Thug. But this the real Young Thug. This the same Young Thug that I was, who mama left me some money, and now I wanted to still hang out with on the streets, and I wanted to show the hood. We're going to get into that Waka Flocka interview too, because I can relate to that stuff. We actually want to go back to the hood and show the hood, nigga. You see how I'm balling, nigga? Fuck is you saying, nigga? You see what I'm riding on, don't it? We want to go to the hood and flex because we've been down for so long, nigga. We want to see what it feel like to be up. But it's fucked up how we do it, though, because we actually go, and that's why you see people like P&B Rock get killed in their own community. Or not in their own community, but in the hood, because you seeing somebody that's saying, look at that right there. Boy, look at that change on that nigga. Look at that car on that nigga. Ooh, they in the hood around like that. Dude, I can see why, I can see. Of course, I do believe in the conspiracy shit, but I believe in reality too. What do you think niggas gonna do when they see you constantly in their environment shitting on them? Of course, I believe in the conspiracy stuff, but I started with reality first before I got into the conspiracy. I started with what I see. What you think niggas gonna want to do to a nigga that come into the hood driving all these foreign cars, got on all these necklaces? You think a nigga just want to sit there and see you doing that? When they gotta eat the worst options of food every day, you think I'm gonna be comfortable? No, bruh. Niggas gonna be looking at you as a prize. Are you a prize, all right? You fellas, you say you the prize. Ladies, you say you the prize. You the prize of getting robbed. That's what you the prize of. So, man, I can understand a little bit of it, but it's fucked up. And we have to break our connection because at the end of the day, when you take the jewelry away from Young Thug, when you take all the fancy clothes from Young Thug, look what he got on. A white beater and a man that looked like he's not a multi-millionaire no more. See, look at this. This the Hassan Campbell right here. But you take all that away from Hassan Campbell, then who you get? That's why we have to look at these niggas for who they really are. That's why I come over here and I be me. I ain't coming over here to floss on y'all. I ain't coming over here to do none of that. Because this is who I really am when you remove all my fancy hats, when you remove all my fancy clothes, when you remove me from my fancy cars. This is who I am. Just a regular nigga that finally understanding what's going on around him. Facts, hood trophies.
Things that most people gotta die to go to heaven to get. He had it on earth. He traded that in for a jail cell, where he gets to lay right down next to his toilet and smell feces while he sleep. Young Thug had the party. He had the army. Money, power, respect, the key to life. To move his soldiers in the right direction. He was the leader of the ship who misled his army.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when it's time to stay in the rain, you know, can you stand the rain? That new edition? Huh? DVD?
Of course, bro.
No pressure.
That's facts.
He was supposed to lead them like Moses, lead the people to the promised land legally. If it's smoke, then it's smoke. We understand if we had to defend ourselves. No, that's not what the case was. He wanted to be the Atlanta version of Pistol Pete. So now the court system is treating him like Pistol Pete. What part that y'all did not get about Pistol Pete? He was a young boy that made grown man decisions that he regrets to this day.
I agree with that.
He was a young boy when he made these decisions. And he made this mistake. The age of 21, 22 years old, it was over for Pistol Pete. Young Thug, young, black, rich, 31 years old, grown man, rich man, made a decision where he traded in his legal money for illegal gains. He could have had a legal army. Where he sat at the round table with the suits and ties, with the banker and the bankers and the elite, and led our people to the promised land. Instead, he led his people, his crew, to the penitentiary. And when those young boys, and some of them old as well, realized that this can't be life.
And then think about this, y'all. Think about this. You go get kids. When we only kids, like Young Thug 31, I'm 30. I'll be 31 this year. We go get kids that is 15, 16, 17, 18, and we expect them to be loyal to us when their whole life is on the line when most of them join these gangs because they want to fit in, because they want a brotherhood, but they don't understand. Like let's be honest. We be talking about they know what they sign up for. Every young nigga that joined a gang didn't know what he was signing up for. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Some of us have been a new fish. I was the new fish at one point because I wanted to hang with my big cousin, hang with my uncles. But I knew if I wanted to hang with my uncles, I had to be willing to do some things that I might not want to do. But man, that just shows you how much we want to be a part of something, whether it's family, whether it's homies. And sometimes we'll do the shit we shouldn't do just so we can be with the homies, dog. Just so we can be around the family. There are girls that get put in situations and go do shit with men that they don't want to do. I done seen it. Just so they can hang with their big cousins or their big sisters. Well, you know, we finna go over here and do this. Well, I'm down. You ain't down. None of us be really down. Then we get into this situation where the government catches us. They place us in a courtroom. Now we expecting these same young niggas to hold up in court. Well, come on, man. Motherfucker don't be knowing what they signing up for sometimes. Yeah, you can say that about these grown niggas. You can say that about these, but guess what? You look at them grown niggas. Some of them niggas, man, hey, I ain't got no job. I can't feed my family. Shit, I'll go ride for that young nigga. You got dudes 40 and 50 years old getting behind a nigga that is 19, 30 years old, all because they trying to eat. Oh, y'all thinking about that? You got niggas that are, the dude that we just seen, he's 41. This dude is 41, right? My bad, hold on. Let me show this dude. This dude is 41. Young Thug is 31. So why you think he hanging with Young Thug? It's because he trying to find a job that's suitable in some shit that he have been experienced with. Shit, I'm experienced with that. I can go work for the young boy. Not gonna go and tell this young boy, man, come on, dog, you done made it out, man. Let's go ahead and stop that shit. If he do that, then he stop his check. Big homies really be the little homies. Depending on the circumstances. Depending on the circumstance, the big homie will turn into the little homie. Especially when you can't eat. Especially if I can feed my family and I done got felonies and I done been doing all this crazy shit. And now this young nigga saying, okay, you come and be a part of the game. Nigga, we gonna pay your old ass. Then they treat you, talk to you crazy. Man, shut up, old ass nigga. You will shut up. You won't tell that young nigga that he really going down the wrong road because you need a check. So it's a lot of fucked up shit going on. We ain't really to tell motherfucker to sit down on some of this shit. There's some young niggas out there right now. Got some old niggas following their suit. Young niggas, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Got old niggas out there marching to their drums. Shit crazy, man.
We followed this dude that we looked up to with all these wealth and these riches. And this is where he led us to, the penitentiary. They folded. Because the truth of the matter is, nobody thinks about getting caught until they get caught.
That's facts.
And then they can't, well, the pressure busts the pipes.
That's facts. Nobody ain't thinking about getting caught.
And they start to realize that this life that they thought they was living, that it was all good just a week ago. Now when it's time to stand up and remain silent in front of that judge, nah. Young Thug gonna be in the belly of the beast by himself. Getting ready to get devoured by the beast called the penitentiary. If he blow to any charge in this case, he is facing 20 years.
And think about that, y'all. He got to defeat every charge. Where that's over 300 witnesses against him. He got to beat every fucking charge where he facing people he called his homie, his partner, his right-hand man, his co-founder, niggas he done built from the ground up. He got to go against them people. Then he got to go against the system, man, and he got to defeat all of them. Dang.
If he blow to the top charges, he's done for the rest of his life. Was it worth it? To trade in mansions, cars, beautiful women.
His brother.
Or men, because he wore dressing, nail polish.
You right, take
stuff
over.
like that. Cross-dresser, whatever. Or men. You traded that life in?
You know what? Yo, my boy Takeover said we have no pride. I think we have too much pride. I think that's one of the weapons that they using against us. If we didn't have any pride, we wouldn't let people like Young Thug and the rest of these celebrities convince us to buy the things that we know we can't afford. Pride keep us doing that. See, I had to release my pride. See, when we release that pride, we can drive around in the Humpty and not worried about what everybody's shipping about. It's the pride that's killing us. The black community falls to pride more than anything. Bingo, I like that. We have pride in the absolute wrong categories. I agree 1,000%. We have pride. We don't give a fuck if we can't read or write. But we don't want nobody to know we broke. Man, ain't that some shit? Boy, we'll hide the fact that we can't read and write. I mean, we won't hide that shit. But if it comes to being broke, if it comes to not having no bitches, nah, nigga, I get bitches. What you talking about? Who, me? I get bitches, nigga. Man, nigga, I'm a virgin. Nigga, you a virgin. No, I'm not. I get bitches. You a virgin. No, I'm not. I get bitches. Nigga, I can't spell it right, but nigga, fuck that. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I'm a gangster, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? What? These people have fucked us over, me. Dog. When we really think about some of this shit, but see, why do we know this and we still, like, check this out. Right now, some of us, we can hear this shit, but we still gonna leave this screen and that's why I tell my lady, get rid of that shit. Fuck what everybody gonna say about us. Don't worry about it. If you tell them your business, they have a right to comment on it. I tell y'all my life, you have a right to judge me. But guess what? When I leave this shit, fuck it, nigga. Exactly. Look at LeBron James with the hairline. He had to go get surgery to give him some hairline. But guess what? I tell y'all, look at my gray hair. Look at that spot right there. I got a little cat dick right there. Pride would make me have on a hat all day. Shit, I can't let these niggas see this shit. No, nigga, you ain't finna get off on me. That's pride that we have. But the fact that the kids ain't in, the fact that we out here committing all these crazy crimes, that's the pride that we somehow embrace. We embrace that. Man, I'm glad you brought that up, bro. That's wow. Wow.
For CO yelling down a tear on the child. Hey, yo, CO.
Man, I just want to say, because, bro, that's something that we battling in my household. And, man, I'm so proud of my lady because she's slowly coming to this thing where she letting go that pride. Man, dog, because we actually dealing with that in my household because I'm trying to show my lady that it's okay for us to be not as successful as we was when we first started. We hit some rocks, but now we're starting to come back up. That's the fucking fun in this shit. But it's not fun when you're going through it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. When you like this, and then you go like this, and now y'all looking at each other like, man, I don't even want to be with them motherfucker no more, dog. Shit. Do we still have something? But it ain't that y'all don't have nothing no more. It's just the fact that pride is looking at y'all like, damn, she fucked up, you fucked up. But if you remove the pride shit and understand that this is a part of fucking life, everybody go down, everybody come up. It's a part of the cycle of life. There's good and bad. It won't exist if it wasn't the opposite. So when I started to remove my pride, and then I said, okay, I'm fucking up. Woo woo. Then my lady had to remove her pride. Then now we can come back up, and we come back up together. It ain't me coming up and then hoping she come up with me. Nah, we gotta remove the pride. Remove the pride and we go up together. But as long as pride stay there, you know what you'll do? You'll get a divorce. See, that's pride. Pride will make you get a divorce. Pride will make you leave your woman or leave your man, because you can't be out here at the bottom with this motherfucker and everybody know it. You move back in with your mama. Man, I hit hard times. Well, where your lady? Well, she left me because she didn't want to come in and live with mama. Or where your man? Well, he left because he didn't want to stay here with the kids while we ain't have nothing. But you hit a hard time. Wait, if you remove the pride and let people see, we hit a rock. Yeah, nigga. Fuck is you looking at? Well, look, then, keep looking. We hit a rock, nigga. We got a flat tire. You never had a flat tire? See, that's what we have to get to. If we can remove the pride and remove these celebrities, because they are the ones creating the pride, dog. These celebrities are creating the pride in our life. And they don't even go through what we go through. They might have went through what we going through. They might have went through what we going through, but they not going through it no more. They got security at the gate. We don't got security at the gate. So we have to remove the pride, remove the celebrities, and I think we can all go forward. We can go up. But as long as we keep these things in front of us, we ain't never gonna fucking make it out of this fucking trap that they got us in. And like I said, I think they need these celebrities in order to keep us where we at. Without these celebrities, they would not have the effect that they have. It's because of these influencers, these celebrities. That's why they have their power. The government is powerless without these people. They powerless because who gonna influence us? They need these people to come out here and tell us some bullshit. Like, nigga tell us what the other Trump said one time? Can we spray disinfectant spray in our body and shit? These niggas really be dumb. When you really think about it, these niggas be dumb as fuck. Because why? They have millions of dollars and they still out here pulling out Dracos. They ain't even got a registered gun license. How you a motherfucking... Okay, all right, let's finish this up.
One inmate, Young Thug, or inmate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because in jail you just a number. LCO, can I have some tissue? Not right now, inmate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lock back in your cell. Hey, LCO, can I go to commissary? I missed out on commissary. I overslept. Nope, that's your problem. Hey, LCO, can I use the phone? Can I go to the yard? He lived the life of a king. He traded in a mansion for the penitentiary. His crew, he led them to the slaughterhouse. When you're in a leadership position, you make decisions.
I agree with that.
For you, as well as your team.
It sounds harsh, but I agree with that. Because it's the same way when I played point guard. I'm responsible. And if I'm the leader, if we lose, it's because I didn't do my job correctly on offense. Now, I can point out motherfuckers that don't do their job and say, I got to replace you. But if I'm the leader and I'm making a lot of choices to where we still involved in this type of, we doing bad pick and rolls, or I'm passing the ball fucked up. I'm not making the right passes. I'm not shooting a wide open shot. Then it's falling back on me. In my household. If I'm not directing my lady in a positive direction, guess what she gonna do? She gonna direct herself. And if she run off the train, that's the man of the house, I failed. I agree with that.
Every man must make it home.
I agree. I agree.
Dudes was out in the street taking penitentiary chances for nothing.
I agree.
For nothing. For absolutely nothing. It is what it is. This is my take.
Nah. See, see, once again, what we keep saying. I don't know if you was in here. The poor man versus a man with options. A poor man gonna follow the leader down till he's done for it. A man with option will say, hey, this nigga look like he finna go off a cliff. Let me cut ties. See, you gotta understand, this is why it's important that the government keep a section called the poor section. Because without the poor section, people with options gonna say, hell no, nigga. What is you talking about? Nah, nigga. You gonna fire me because I don't want to take the vaccination? Well, then fuck it then, nigga. I'm certified. You see these lists? I can go do any other job. And guess what? Now, if you look, they're trying to rehire because some people had options. No people can sue. See, I'm not gonna go back and forth with that because see, if you don't understand that, then that let me know you not really paying attention to what this system is creating.
Most people in their right mind, once you make it, life is supposed to be smooth sailing. The problem is you get in a position of power, now y'all still want to prove to the streets that you're tough. You get rich. At 31 years old, you still want to prove to the streets that you're tough. Let me break something down to you, right? Once you hit 25, 26 years old, if you was getting busy in the street, you already solidified. People already know you're not nothing to play with. At 30 years old, you shouldn't even have to bust your gun. Not when you're rich. In the hood, we understand things happen, but when you're rich and you living in mansions, you play on a level of life where you at. And you surround yourself with people on that level so you can continue to be successful. Remember, we got crabs in the barrel. The problem is the crab that got out the barrel
went back to the barrel.
Wanted to get back in the barrel.
That's it. That's a bar.
And instead of pulling all of the rest of the crabs out,
that's it.
He sank the whole ship.
I agree. I agree.
Put the whole barrel in the penitentiary. Well, it is what it is, man. I hope you got something about this, man. Life.
I understand what you're saying, though. Every nigga is accountable. As a man, he accountable. I get what you're saying. But once again, I'm going to say it one more time, and we're going to close it off right here. Poor people are needed in this world. Poor people make the world go round. What did y'all say earlier? Who made the United States what it is today? Was it people with options? Or was it poor people? The buildings and shit that we see of today, how we got here, was it because of poor people or was it because of people that had options? See, if I take away your options, then you only limit to what? Damn, dog. Ooh, that's some cold shit right there. That's some cold shit. And that's what's going on in our world. They are making poor people create the narrative for us. And they using celebrities to help do it. Exactly. I like that. Protect the weakest link. But in this case, who do we protect? We protect. I don't want to go so far on that. I say that for tonight. Yo, we'll be back tonight, man. We're going to be talking about Andrew Tate, the NFL player, Damar Hamlin. We're going to be talking about him. We're going to be talking about Skip Bayless. We got a lot of things. We're going to be talking about some more stuff. I'm going to say that. But we got a couple things we're going to be talking about tonight, man. I definitely want to talk about Andrew Tate. I'm actually about to drop a video right after I end this on Andrew Tate. This is just a little tip of the iceberg, but we're going to go in even more on the Andrew Tate situation. Because I just man, they fucking on us, y'all. Now, I feel what you're saying, bro. I really want y'all to understand they fucking on us, bro. I'm going to say this about the Andrew Tate situation. Andrew Tate he's similar to what you got to understand the Kevin Samuels play. And then you got to look at the Andrew Tate. I'm going to save it for tonight because I want to speak. I don't like that shit, bro, because I see what's going on. I see it clear as day. A nigga that supposedly was banned. Come on, man. Y'all better pay attention, especially for you. Like, y'all got to understand that. Y'all got to understand that in order for people to get over on us, they have to give us some form of truth. In order for people, that's the preview. In order for people to get over on you, dog, I got to give you some truth to get what I really want out of you. See, when people really care about you, dog, they don't charge you for it. See, we've been twisted in the head to make us feel like we should charge. I said this before. I should never charge you, bro. I would never ask y'all to donate. I wouldn't, and I understand some of y'all have been twisted. Man, I should pay for it. You choose that. I should never say, man, hit the like button. I should never have to tell you this, because if I'm really dropping enough information, the people that want it gonna find it. The people that want it gonna find it. I don't need you to share nothing. And I'm not saying this to diss anybody, but I'm talking about when somebody really want to help you, they gonna help you, and they ain't gonna say what you need it for. They ain't gonna say, come over here and pay $5,000 a month, pay $1,000 a month, and I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna give you the game. Man, get the fuck out of my face. You telling me I'm a poor ass nigga just trying to survive. And I understand some people gonna say, well, bruh, you gotta work for it, but we're gonna talk about it tonight. We're gonna talk about it tonight. All I'm saying, bro, is some of the dudes out here, they know we want the real. They know we trying to be what y'all call woke now. So some people are using that to their advantage. The same way these niggas be using females so that they can push their narrative like they care about the woman, when these niggas don't give a fuck, just like the rest of the niggas don't give a fuck. But if you continue to go in here, if a nigga always saying, man, we gotta protect our sisters out here. Ladies, stop it. You really believe the nigga that keeps saying that shit really want to protect you? Man, we gotta protect our sisters out here, bro. Y'all seeing what they... Hey, ask yourself this. The niggas can say we want to protect our sister, but then in the same sentence, see where the sisters are out here dragging up niggas, and they say, well, that nigga may have deserved it. So you saying you ain't seeing none of the real shit? You got dudes out here justifying bullshit because why? They want to protect their bottom line. And I hate this shit, bro. I see a lot of bullshit. But like I said, man, just the preview, once again, you gotta, people gonna give you something on the front end so they can get something from the back end. So it can be done organically, and then it can be done strategically. But you have to understand and see who playing the game, man. It's a lot of people right now. Obama played the game. Obama played the game. Bro, like, I can just sit here, we can talk about it. But I'm going to save it for tonight. It's a lot of people are using this red pill shit against y'all, bro. And y'all falling for it, man. Y'all falling for it. Y'all looking at niggas playing in your motherfucking face, dog. Ain't that what your females be saying? You ain't gonna play in my face. Bro, these people are using red pill against y'all. The red pill was a real thing. The Matrix is a real movie. It's a real documentary. But they are using it against y'all. And playing in your fucking face, man. They playing in your fucking face, dog. You right here witnessing. People are using, they're now using the fact that Elon Musk, Look at bro, you really think Elon Musk is on your side? And how many of y'all actually how many, not saying y'all, how many people actually believe Elon Musk give a fuck about y'all? This nigga create robots. These people said the world is overpopulated and they creating robots. Man, y'all better pay attention, bro. Y'all better pay attention. So that's what we're gonna talk about it tonight, man. We're gonna talk about the Javante Davis shit. Hopefully my lady can talk about that on with me so we can get a female perspective. Man, we're gonna talk about it tonight. We'll be back tonight at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. That's the plan, but you know we got some kids, so it might be 9:30, it might be 9:47. Like last night, I supposed to went live at 9 o'clock. Last night I went live at 9:40 something. So tonight the goal is 9 p.m. But you got them kids, so we're gonna try to put them kids to bed at 8:30. And probably had a little one in here, but 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern time is the plan. We're gonna talk about some shit, man. I definitely want to talk about the Javante Davis shit, bro, because I want to see something. I got some videos. I'm gonna see how you react to it, and I'm gonna try to trick my lady. I got some videos. I'm gonna say, tell me what you think about that. Then I got some videos that gonna hit you in the face. We're gonna see some shit. 9 p.m. Eastern time. My nigga said 9:52. I'm gonna try to be on time, dog. He said niggas always late. Man, them kids, bro. They blame it on the kids. Nah, just man. I'll be back at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Once again, I don't want nothing from you. Pay attention. And I'm gonna say this. And my lady, I keep saying this because it showed my lady who I am. Even though every day, you know, we steady grow, but it show y'all who I am. I'm a marketer. I'm a businessman. But what I never did, I never used it on y'all though. I never used it on y'all to force y'all to do something for me. My lady is a marketer. My lady market for high tech people. I've seen my lady make $10,000 in one day marketing for some people. My lady is a boss at marketing. She tell me all type of ways I can market to y'all, and I won't do it. And she finally, after 2 years, she get it. He don't listen. My lady come up with all type of ideas on how to make more money from the shit I do, how to make more this and that. But I do it because this is where I quit my job making $100,000 a year to do this. I don't want nothing. And that's what I'm trying to get you to see. In this world, you got to see who's saying this and that, but then saying click that link and go become a member. Pay attention. It's a game out here. There are some people that genuinely want to give it to you, and there are some people that don't want to give it to you unless you sign up to the club. And that's what you got to see. When they talking all this matrix shit, this red pill shit, this... All right, we're going to talk about it tonight. Y'all have a good one. We'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. Thank y'all for the support, and y'all have a great rest of the day. Thank y'all, man.